All right, there we go. Get mine shared up to the Discord as soon as it pops up.
Good.
There we go. Everything's looking pretty good on mine. Bam. But hello, Caleb. How you doing over there on that Twitch side? But it takes some... Oh, I'm sorry that the new mod view takes some getting used to. You're a quick learner, though. I'm sure you're going to get it quick. Getting it all figured out?
Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome out to the very long-awaited stream that I know Thunder I'm looking really forward to. How you guys all doing? What is up, Ancient Star? What is up, Gekio? What's up, Nestor? What's up, Archon? What's up, Thunder? What's up, John? How you guys doing?
My turn. Hello, Nuka Kapuka. Hello, Bash. Hello, Thunderwing. Hello, Nick. How you guys doing? How's it going?
Go ahead and pull your shit. But guys, if you do not know, the random voice you guys are hearing, that is Gliitchzz. So you guys probably know him. We raid him so many times, but his link is in the description. Go check him out. He's an awesome dude. Check him out.
Oh no, I forgot to do that.
I was gonna remind you, but I was like, I remembered.
Oh no, I did not remember. Let me get that quick.
Yeah, go check him out, guys. He's awesome, dude. He does a lot of content. He does visual novels as well. He loves Doki Doki Literature Club. Loves it. He does a lot of
Absolutely.
Minecraft. Does this Stardew Valley. He's doing Animal Crossing. He's doing a bunch of stuff.
I am a variety tuber.
Yes, just like me. So we got 5 likes. Can one of the mods please give out 500 treasure?
Oh dear, there we go. Just about got mine. Yeah, hold on. Let me just finish my setup. That should have been done a while ago.
All good, dude. All good.
Yes, I forgot to add something smoky.
Very excited to this. Thanks, Thunder. I appreciate it, buddy.
Bam, there we go. Now it's just got to save. Changes are being saved. Changes saved. Boom, there we go.
Awesome.
So I noticed that yours is doing the same thing that mine does on YouTube, where it does not like to show that you're streaming.
Hey, sorry. Say that again, Glitch.
So, like in my feed, it doesn't show that you're streaming, and
Yeah.
it's been doing that a lot with mine too.
Yeah, the YouTube bots have been messing up because there's like no actual employees at the headquarters because of what's going on. So it's been happening to a lot of people. It's been happening to, if you know Pudge 007, it's been happening to him a lot lately. It's been happening to everyone. So what I've been doing is just like, I'll post in my Discord and I'll make a YouTube post about it too.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about those posts, and they finally did something good on those. YouTube Studio will now actually show when people comment on those posts. Oh geez. But yeah, Nuka, that's true that you got that self-isolation going, but how's it been? It's been quite a while, my man. Oh, I see some fun people popping in on yours. Oh, Beeb found his way over. Beeb, how you doing? How's it going?
What? Green name? Oh, hey there, Bada Bob. Oh, green names is just members. If you remember, if you remember, you have a green name.
Yeah, so his name is Bob the Bob the Boy, but I always
Hello,
call
I'm
him
Beeb.
Beeb. Yeah,
Or
drunk nicknames and all
nah,
that.
I'll call you. I'll call him Beige.
Beige. I'm sure he'd love that. And Caleb also found his way over.
Awesome.
Archon found his way over. Hello, Archon. Thank you very much.
Art this bit. Now there is a little thing that gives you a recap. Would you like to do that?
Yeah, might as well.
All right. I was going to say the same thing because I honestly forgot what the company was. Koi Tech. It was Koi Tech.
Like the
That's
fish.
what it's called. Koi Tech. Yep, Koi Tech is the company that I was trying to think of. Right. Videos. What is up, people? What is up, Caleb? You're no longer alone. Bibu, Beige, Foreigner Time. Hey, Colby, how you doing, buddy? But all right. Without further ado, guys, go ahead and this.
Hit that review the story so far button.
This game is a direct sequel to the original Crimson Gray and will make less sense if you didn't play the first one. This story so far. John was a high school student, struggling with depression, slowly losing his will to continue and drifting further away from his. He met Lizzy. Lizzy was violent and unstable. It seemed that she loved him. Over time, John began to believe she really did, that she was simply struggling with problems of her own. Personal struggles intertwined with another, supporting each other, something healthy stability. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But it became clear that Lizzie's condition was no mere phase. She was unstable because her mother had participated in an experiment at a corporation called Voitech. John came to realize that Lizzie would never be a normal girl, even if he accepted her love. Worse, Koitek were becoming aware of Lizzie's existence, not about to let her go so easily. And then came to the moment of that truth, John accepted Lizzie was, even with her instability, managed to escape Koitek and ran away together. So they escaped the Koitek, they actually built a life together. When things are peaceful, Lizzie remains stable, there isn't a threat for her to fight. Can she be really supportive partner to John? That is what the story is about.
It's the spookiest Thunderwing. The spookiest. It all depends. I can do a fair narrator voice if you'd like, but
We could switch on off to maybe.
sure. How will we decide when we switch on and on? How about the well, flip a coin says Thunderwing. We could always just have the chat decide, like they'll just tell us to switch at random points.
Yeah, sure. So so chat, who should start off with the narration? Gliitchzz or me, Dragon? It just started. It just did the first part, so it makes sense. Up to you guys.
Oh, we got a Colby saying glitches.
Where that dude's glitches. All right, glitches.
Awesome. The melancholy melody echoed within her, and Lizzie clung to it. There was a time when the melody hadn't been within her, though she'd prefer not to think about that time. That was before she met him. The melody was sad, but it was his, and so she loved it, and it was certainly better than emptiness. Lizzie had expected that meeting her special person would change everything, and it had. But to her surprise, it hadn't happened all at once. Instead, they both grew and changed, their life together becoming ever more wonderful and her mind growing to encompass it. Yet she had a difficult time pinpointing exactly when she had first heard the melody. It would have been romantic if it had appeared at some momentous occasion, such as when she met him, or when they first made love, or on some future day when they were finally married. But instead, it had slowly emerged, whispering at the edges of her mind. Smiling to herself, Lizzie began to contemplate the beginnings of the melody more thoroughly. But at that moment, her world was disrupted by two people approaching her. Her eyes flickered over their substanceless bodies, analyzing everything about them. She distantly knew the girl's name, had only seen the boy on several occasions, both sophomores like John and her. No physical threat.
Yet.
Yet, yeah. Lizzie had seen the two of them holding hands on the campus green, and from pupil dilation judged them to be a couple, so unlikely to be a threat to her relationship. But now that they were approaching her, she put on her usual smile and considered them more carefully. The boy was normal enough, but the girl, she was rather pretty, and she dressed fairly well. It would take so little for her to try to show off what she had. Was that a teasing glint in her eye? Lizzie's smile widened just a bit, and she reclassified the girl as a minor threat.
Hey, why you interrupt? It's Lizzie, right?
That's right. Nice to meet you.
She responded politely as they introduced themselves, only tracking the information for future reference. Once putting on a friendly mask had been difficult for her, an imitation of something she'd only observed. Now, she could fake it more easily, mirroring real emotions she had when she was with him.
Ew,
Ooh,
I love doing that. Every time someone types ooh, ooh, that's my favorite
ooh la
thing.
la. Ooh la la.
Ooh la la.
Thank you, Colby Kong. I tried really hard on it. Whew. Caleb says die. Oh. And Gekyo, how you doing? How's it going? Thea on my side for a short time. Anime Otaku-kun, how you doing? It irritated her to waste her smiles on random people who didn't matter, though. So as soon as possible, Lizzie encouraged them to get to the point.
Trying to start another couple on campus. Can't be about the same age. Hanging out with single college kids, same.
We don't have many people yet, so if you have any ideas, we're open to them. Either of you. Your husband's name is John, right? Why did she know his name? Lizzie's smile became brittle as she stared over the girl again, searching for the slightest tick that might give her away. She had played it off like she wasn't sure about his name, but she knew. Lizzie was sure of it. Perhaps her analysis of their threat was wrong. She had dismissed them as a couple, but neglected to consider how impure most love was. The girl might ignore her partner and target John, or they could be one of those sexually adventurous couples in Link that she'd read about, prowling for other couples. Lizzie had not given a single real thought to the subject until that moment, when bloody hatred clawed itself out of her soul. Just as she was about to let those emotions leak out onto her face, Lizzie heard the melody again over the beating of her heart, sad but calm. She wasn't sure what John would say to her, but the thought of him soothed the growing anger. Exactly, two grown men playing a dating game, and also, hello, Hitlerfish Cattle. How you doing? How's it going? And hello,
normal.
Superman. How you doing? How's it going?
EXE stop working.
And remember, guys in the chat, anytime you want me and Dragon to switch on narration, just go switch.
Oh, hey,
And we'll
Marnik.
switch.
Hey, Marnik.
Oh,
You ready for the uwu?
yeah, she does. Hit fish. Oh,
Nintendo switch things up. Okay, Thunder.
awesome.
It's almost possible that the girl hadn't seemed too bored. Been tracking them, checking their faces more carefully, with hints of nervousness and calmness. Set aside her main concern. Flag is a potential problem for future consideration. Which is
Hello. Wait 1 second. I couldn't really hear that last part. You kind of cut up there, and then Link crying as well.
yeah, that's why I stopped.
He's had a bit of a day today. Sorry about that.
It was almost like the girl hadn't wanted to seem too forward. They'd been tracking them. Her faces more carefully. They saw hints of nervousness and forced casualness. She set aside her main concern, flagging as a potential problem for a tiny fraction of a gave them both.
That's very kind of you, but it's hard for us to have much of a social life. We're trying to get our degrees quickly.
Oh, dang! Guys, please do not do commands that have sounds to it. Oh, shame. Offer's still open though.
Oh gosh. Leia has been now. Okay.
Okay.
With that, Lizzie brushed past them as quickly as she could without seeming rude. Despite the potential threat, a new source of danger to consider, she also felt a little warm. Ooh. Thought they were married. People thought they were married? They were often together on campus. Lizzie trained the majority of her section. Warmth drained away slowly as Lizzie went about her business. They weren't married. Dawn was willing to tie the knot. Thought of it made her heart leap into her chest. Nothing to do with the idea of being with him. Lizzie rated herself for the very thought. Everything to do with that. To do with how she thought that the wedding would draw bad luck to them somehow. At first, hadn't wanted to get married because she was afraid the record would draw Koitek down on them somehow. 2 years had passed. A violent incident, and it was clear that they had escaped. Enrolling in college hadn't drawn any negative attention either. It was safe for them to get married. Yet, something would go wrong. Even if they didn't invite anyone. Sure that someone would day. While no one could positively ruin the relationship, would only have one wedding day. Perfect. It looks suspicious. Wouldn't trust them with your cookies. Suddenly, people
My
found
cookies.
her too many, faceless, soulless creatures, moving past her indifferently, droning their voices, drowned out the melody. Ooh, new music?
I know, right? It's kind of terrifying.
Hopping in pig. Struggling to regain it. This melody had drifted out of her mind. No amount of thinking about the joy she felt with him would bring it back. Checking the time, Lizzie decided she had enough before she go to class. Normally she preferred to arrive early. That was no longer a priority.
It's so loud. The
Typical
music is
buzz
so
of
loud.
Class, which she usually found passable. A pale second at them disrupt her. To hold herself back, Lizzie managed to sprint across the campus no faster than Harry Runder. Mike? Mike, what's on my mic?
I mean, you are cutting up a bit. I thought that was just Discord, though.
Testing 1 2 testing.
It
Thunder, what's
sounds
wrong?
fine to me.
Thunder, what's wrong? Like, was it cutting out? Or is it good? Do you need me to reread? It kept cutting off at times. Here, checking the time, Lizzie decided that she had enough before she needed to get to class. Normally, she preferred to arrive early. That was no longer her priority. There's a buzz of class. She usually found passable. A pale second of being with him now only disrupt her. It was difficult to hold herself back. Lizzie managed to sprint across the campus no faster than an ordinary runner. It wasn't the first time. Someone from the track team had actually tried to recruit her. Is it good now, Thunder? Hear that? Nice and clean?
Sounded great to me.
Good now, awesome. That was unacceptable. Packing uniforms were flat or flattering. Everyone would be wearing them. Of course, he would come out to events to be supportive, but that meant his eyes would be assaulted by an entire female track team. Oh! Whoa! Our first choice. Kill the track team just to be safe. Let it go. Let it go, Lizzy. John would want you to let it go.
Wait. Move your mouse and then don't move your mouse.
What? Excuse me? It's pointing to kill the track team.
Yay!
Excuse me!
Instincts!
It's literally this. I'm getting Doki Doki flashbacks.
Oh, this is great. I guess we should kill the track team. That's what it wants us to do.
All
They
right.
can't run forever.
Right, yeah, choose that one. He actually took a step He actually took a step toward them, hand moving to a weapon. But no, she didn't need to do that anymore. But for a moment, he had wanted to, fully intended to, was to take a deep breath and focus to turn away from that choice. Hollowness within her grew as she left campus. Fortunately, their little apartment nearby. Let's join our club. Split home provided as housing for couples. Had taken serious work to obtain one despite not being married. The fools, you fool. A mission, though, there were a chance she and John might break up and then have make. It was too.
Ew, ew.
Oh,
Water. You bufools. It was 2:52. John was likely to be reading for a class. He had referenced the paper being due soon, but never went down to the computer lab until class. After all, he knew that she might need him. Inspiration, warm glow spread through Lizzy. That wasn't enough. He needed to see him. Had her key in hand, he approached the door. It was already unlocked. It would open, rushed inside. John sat on the couch, reading a textbook. Looked perfect. When he up at the noise, saw her there, gasping for air with her eyes wild, gave a comforting smile. Everything all right, babe?
Of course it is. I just got a book I need for class.
Chat. Let me switch it up, chat.
hello, Xanathar. How you doing? How's it going?
Yep, there he is, John. There he is. Should we switch up the narration?
John's awful haircut. Also, yes, switch. Okay.
Switch? Alright, switch it up.
Not sex scene yet. She swept up to him and wrapped her arms around his shoulders to give him a slow kiss. The sight of him had calmed her considerably, and Lizzy tried to keep the desperation out of the kiss. Yes, this warm intimacy with him was what she needed. There was no sense giving him anything to worry about. She had found him, her perfect person. Lizzy drew back slightly and rested her forehead against his, her heart filled with warmth and his melody strong in her mind once again.
Love you, babe.
Slide into that Discord, Gekio. Thank you very much. Oh,
Hey,
God.
Pixel Man, how you doing?
Oh, hello, Pixel. It made her heart flutter just as much as the first time he'd said it.
I love you too, John. More than anything.
But as happy as she was to reply, she sensed that something wasn't quite right. There was a bit of tension in his eyes. Was he carrying some weight? Depression? Had someone done something to him? No, Lizzy realized that wasn't it. He was looking at her with concern, having sensed some part of her neediness. It was wonderful that he was so attentive, but the idea that she could have caused him any pain broke her heart.
Is there anything you want to talk about, Babe?
Ooh, questions. Oh, this.
Bring something else. Ask indirectly. Ask fully.
I'm sad that it doesn't do the auto select thing of what she wants. Only with murdering, I guess.
I would say, trying to think of like how we can get the true ending, because there's little things like this can affect how you that ending. I'm thinking to ask indirectly. What do you think?
I think that'd be a good choice. If anything, we're kind of sticking truer to Lizzie's character of having yandere thoughts and then just kind of skirting around the issue. I mean, generally she just avoided completely, but she's clearly changed since the first game, so I'm liking the ask indirectly option.
All right, let's go.
Oh god, Thunder wants the murder option.
John, have you ever been approached by a couple?
He blinked at that, pulling back to look at her face more clearly.
Pushed by a couple? I mean, people in other apartments, of course. Talk sometimes.
But they haven't asked you to do anything social?
Not since they asked everyone to that block party that I didn't happen. What's this about?
It's nothing.
Lizzie? There's something you're upset about?
I'm just being paranoid. It's nothing to worry about, John.
Lizzie kissed him quickly, pleased to see the puzzled look on his face. Of course, he would never even dream of doing something that would hurt her, even if he was approached by awful people. Though she longed to stay, she knew that it was better to go to class. Maximizing time in the short term would only hinder their long-term objectives, and she wanted as much of him as she could possibly get. Lizzie headed... I know, right? Gekyo? I'm trying hard on that voice. Lizzie headed to their bedroom and traded one spiral notebook for another, feeling a moment of guilt at the deception. But no, it was better this way. She could take the burden onto herself and leave his life lighter.
There's the sexy option? Okay,
There's
Goldie.
never a sexy option. Hello, literacy rates. How you doing? How's it going? She left with a kiss and a cheery wave, but then crept around the side of the apartment. She had left a little earlier than necessary to arrive to class on time for this very purpose. From the perfect angle, she could see him through the window, going back to his book, studying so seriously to help them have a better life together. Lizzie didn't try to hide the broad smile on her face, just spent a while watching him. There was less need to watch him now that they were together, but she still enjoyed it. Once she had been observed and the other girl had made the despicable assumption that Lizzie was concerned that he would cheat on her, as if such a thing was possible. As if she needed any reason except to look at him. She did like to observe him sometimes to make sure he wasn't sad again. John's depression was mostly under control now that they had abandoned the awful Koitek medicine, but she knew it was a part of him that needed to be watched. Thank you very much, Marnik. The thought of his inner sadness made Lizzie want to run back inside and kiss him again, forget class, and just spend the time making love until he looked only happy and relaxed.
I love this writing.
Yeah, let's go bang one out, John.
Yeah, babe, let me give you a nice sucky.
Oh, well, yeah.
Reluctantly, Lizzie pulled herself away, chewing on one finger. John might be mentally healthy, but he still needed protection. Her mind flashed back to the track team and the other threats on campus. She would make sure that nothing could interfere with their love. She arrived just a little late, but it was a relaxed university and no one cared too much. Lizzie carefully set out her books and focused on the lesson. There were worse things than classes. If the universe declared that she could spend every single moment with him, she needed something else to fill her time. With a few exceptions like psychology, classes weren't weren't obnoxious at all. A few even provided knowledge that might have utility in the future. Oh gosh, I'm sorry about that literacy rates. I can understand that online courses are wearing you out pretty thickly, but
It's an real voice, Gekyu. That's why. It's a real voice.
and all of it had some utility in getting them closer to their degrees. Once it had been difficult for Lizzie to think about such long-term plans, but now she could see how both of them earning degrees would help them create the life they wanted. But literacy rates, I know you'll be able to pull through on it. You awesome. Thank you very much, Thunderwing. But after that, things became more tangled in her mind. She wanted to be with him. She wanted whatever he wanted, but he was convinced that they should take jobs in the industry, play some small role in preventing pharmaceutical giants like Koitek from doing anything as terrible as they'd done to them at their old high school, or the experiment they had done that had led to Lizzie's existence. The idea that John wanted to make sure that they would never be anyone else like her, that she would be the only one. It made her tingle all over. She didn't think he would approve of that thought, but she liked it so much that she kept it to herself. But the idea of getting involved with Koitek again, even indirectly, still left her. She wanted what he wanted, of course, a life together. They would have that. No matter what they chose, it would be fine. For once, Lizzie set such thoughts aside and focused fully on class. After the lecture finished, Lizzie practically skipped out of the hall. It had been her last day of the class, and John had likely finished the work that he needed to do in the computer lab that left them the rest of the day to themselves. So she wouldn't have to leave him again. Lizzie stopped by the store first since they were low on food. It hurt her pride as a cook that they had to eat ramen, but money was tight. The least she could do was purchase cheap vegetables and enhance the experience. As she picked out appropriate ones, Lizzie carefully kept track of her spending versus the amount of money she had left. She had aged out of child support. Not that the man who had impregnated her mother had ever been reliable, which combined with college expenses left her in a more difficult financial situation than ever before in her life. She was careful to add everything up in her head so that she still had enough money to drop by the pharmacy after getting their groceries. There was a small, locally owned one where she felt comfortable getting John's depression medication, though it seemed to be getting more expensive these days. Of course, she did still own Abby's home in their hometown, but Lizzie wanted to avoid anything to do with it in case Koitek was watching. John would never want to live there anyway. Oh gosh, perhaps after they graduated, she could sell the house for a down payment on one of their own. The idea gave her a pleasant hum of emotions as she finished her errands and headed back home, still with a spring in her step. Dang though, 20 sheets of homework is a lot, literacy rates, but I know you'll be able to get through it.
20 sheets of homework? My god.
Yeah, it's all back stuff and online courses, so they think it takes a little less time, and you know how it goes. I mean, it's been a while since I've been in school, but they were always picky about stuff like that then too, and they were only just starting online courses at that time. And yes, Gekyo, that means that Lizzie is in fact patient 0 of the Yonder virus.
Pretty much.
I would eat my own homework, Thunderwing, just you watch. I would do that. I would do that. I have no idea about a Yano Aishi literacy rates, but it's okay. There's lots of Yondares. This is a different world. Switch command activated, you! Yep.
Alright, Archon. I laughed myself way too hard earlier before we talked. It's like I got a really bad cough from that. But when Lizzie... Hold on, guys. Lizzie arrived. She found the door locked. They pulled out her key, adding another scratch. Lock before the room was empty. Heart, hammer in her chest. There was a note on the table. He seized it. Eyes flickering over the words. He had gone to the computer lab. That he hoped to be back where she was. That might be longer. Had an explanation. But even breathed a sigh of relief. Part of her mind began to churn with. If this was some kind of excuse. No. Never do just. John would never do. Go again.
Oh, the terrifying music is back. Mic keeps cutting off, says Colby, but I'm not hearing it, so.
Here. Let me try and do.
You said you're on OBS now. Do you by chance have your command set up at the bottom so you can see how well everything's going? Like how many kilobytes per second you're uploading?
Yeah. 1,500, 2,600, 1,600.
So it's not that then.
Yeah. So let me. Might be my filters. Compressor off, noise gate off. So it might be better now, guys, but compressor on. Okay, all right. It's going good though to me. Dragon when lit. Yeah, cause so what we were doing earlier. You know that one meme where like it's a video and then the girl goes we were doing that and I was just laughing my ass off so hard and that's why I'm coughing so much.
Xanathar, my streams are always wacky because I'm a wacky individual.
First moan, baby. All right. No. John would never do such. No. John would never do such a thing. Never. Lizzy crumpled the paper in her hands, then nervously tried to smooth it out again. John would never betray her. She knew that now. Carried that fact tightly in her heart. But the world was filled with awful people. Terrible women who might try to seduce him. Oh, well. Oh, hey, Caleb. Oh, you're sexy. What?
I was not mimicking. I was not miming out all of the words and sentences being said.
If John betrays her, I'll be so sad, dude. I would be mad too. No lie. Terrible woman who might try to seduce him. Oh wow. And even if he pushed them away, the idea of one of them laying a hand on him. Oh, I just want to kill them. And what if Koitek got a hold of him somehow? They already tried it once, to use him to get to her. She thought they were safe now. But what if she was wrong? Once Lizzy might have flown out the door and hunted him down until she could be sure that he was safe. Now, she found herself pacing, fingers tangling in her hair. She tried to quiet the thoughts screaming in her head. On a whim, Lizzy grabbed the extra spiraled notebook she'd taken and slapped it down on the table. She began furiously writing everything in her head, letting the thoughts out to give herself a little relief. She'd done this once, before she had met him. Just like she collected pictures of him. Now that she had the real thing, she neglected such habits. But they had helped her once. Perhaps they could again. Well, after John left, my fanfic... Don't even start with that. Yeah. Gekio made a fanfiction of our viewer Marnik and Lizzy, and it was so cringe. I read it on stream.
That sounds good. I like that idea.
Finally, she was done. Lizzy took a deep breath and looked over the page. A furious scribbling. Gek, you should make a sequel to that.
Actually, he should be making not only a sequel, he should be making a third one as well, because there is a third Crimson Gray coming out, as I recall.
Yeah, there's one after this, because this one technically isn't the sequel. This is 1.5.
Oh.
Yeah, I've read into the stuff, like, I've read into it, and she's going to be making a Crimson Gray 2, which focuses on a yandere pregnancy, which what she said, but I'm just waiting in anticipation until she actually like drops hints on actually like making it. But I've even thought about becoming a patron.
You just yandere pregnancy. You said that, and just like my thought process just went from to nothing. Like, oh oh shoot.
Right, but yeah, finally she was done. Lizzie took a deep breath and looked over the page of furious scribbling. Some of the thoughts there embarrassed her. She needed to trust him utterly. Hey, Eslo, how you doing, buddy? But it was good to get them out of her head and onto paper. She felt calm again. Memory wafted from the deep recess of her soul, the place where she kept him, comforting her even now. Though the page was a mess, she had returned from the edge. Lizzie realized that she was gripping a knife in her other hand. After a pause, she let it down. Oh wow, glitches. Though her mind was clear, she still wasn't sure what to do. Obviously, John would never cheat on her. He had been very considerate to leave a note, and no doubt that explained the situation. It was also unlikely that anything terrible had happened to him. She still missed him, though, and wanted to drown the rest of her fears in his presence. John cheated on Lizzie with John? Huh?
Wait, what?
I'm good.
I was busy doing the caramel dancing. What?
I'm good. Thanks again for the raid earlier. I did the best with what I had the time. Man, it's all good, man. Yeah, no problem for the raid, dude. No problem, raid. If you guys have not already, make sure you guys go ahead and smack that like button and go smack Gliitchzz like button. I'm pretty sure that'll give him a nice boner. But go check his channel out, guys. Down below in the description.
Exactly. Well, why would I ban Dark Gamer? He could say that the thumbnail looks gay. That's a compliment.
Oh, the thumbnail looks very, sexy.
I agree with that 100%.
It was all Archon's idea to do the... Did you notice the ghost Lizzie in the thumbnail?
I did not, but that was Archon's idea. Archon, that was an amazing idea. And
Yeah, Archon has some great ideas whenever I talk to him about thumbnails.
so what you're saying is we should all just attack Archon for thumbnail ideas. Yes.
I mean,
Archon.
I do a basic design and then I ask him for extra stuff. But yeah, she still missed him though, and wanted to drown the rest of her. Wait, what? I already read this, didn't I? No, wait. She still missed him though, and wanted to drown the rest of her fears in his presence. It was possible that he would be unhappy if his work had gone too long. Might be happy to see her. Also, we got 10 likes, guys. Can one of the mods please give out 1,000 treasure? Nick, why? You kind of made me cringe. You're watching me do a visual novel? Haven't I made you cringe? I'll bring back Yuri. I want to open your skin.
You know what?
And crawl inside you.
Oh, that's your Yuri voice? Do you want to hear my Yuri voice?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
I'll open up your skin and I'll crawl inside you.
That's great.
That's
great.
It's marked with my scent.
Oh. That's great. I wish I was there for that stream.
I didn't. Okay, so here's the thing. I at first did a static playthrough with just like regular crap voices. Then I eventually developed my voices further. And then I had streams. I had several Doki streams, including a Doki Abridged stream, which highly suggests the Doki Abridged mod. It is easy to mod, and it is hilarious. It is a bit swear heavy, but it is really good. Kong says I made him cringe harder. I win.
I think I was there for part of your abridged stream, but not all
Yes,
of
you
it.
were near the end of it. It was great.
I might be happy to see her. Lizzy closed the notebook and put it with her others, considering what she should do. It's moving again.
Wait, what's moving? Oh,
the mouse.
it is. Let it go. Let it go.
Part of me
investigate the team.
Part of me thinks that we should not do what it says.
Yeah, I just think it's funny that that's clearly the choice she wants, but there's still 3 attempts to not do it.
So chat, should we let it go? Like,
ooh, John's quick on that. Let it go.
Let it go. On.
Gecko needs to make a fanfic and then have us voice it. That would be great.
Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold back anymore.
Whoa.
Oh yeah. I got a.
That kind of scared me.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Let it go. That song right now. All right, everyone, saying "Let It Go." Oh crap! No, back up.
I got mine. And Doki is a pretty spooky game, but the abridged versions get even more spooky.
Lizzy's mind began spinning out of plans for investigating and attracting, determining which of them were threats. But no, she carefully set those aside. No, she shouldn't reconsider such things. If she wanted to do the right thing for the relationship for him, she needed to think along different lines.
But why would I need a voice changer? I could change my voice. I can't auto-tune myself. Okay, fair point. Got it.
Yeah, like I use like some of the voices, like the auto-tune one.
This one for Doom streams.
Nice. I like that idea. Honestly, I think it'd just be funny every time like my mic messes up and gives me a deeper voice than I normally have because the cable's not in all the way. I always start making voices in because they're even funnier that way.
Yeah, they are. Don't let Yuri join the army. She'll crawl a lot. All right, see ya, Josh. And investigate like Sherlock Holmes. All right, so start making dinner. Wait for him. Go meet John at the computer lab.
What if he's looking at porn?
I kind of want to go to the computer lab. What do you guys think? Computer lab?
Your name is Crimson Stingray.
She should make some mac and cheese. What do you guys think? Computer lab or make some dinner? Yes, catch him in the act of jerking off to porn. Hot diggity dog. All right,
go to the computer lab.
Floating into the old cabinet in the corner of the room, Lizzy opened it and looked over her collection. She selected her axe, of course, and took another knife to complement the one she always carried. Yes, this felt better.
Oh,
More certain in what she needed to do now. The stress melted away. Her world narrowed down to the single focus as she left, locked the door, and headed toward the lab. Ugh. There were other people on her way, but they didn't exist for her. No physical threats, no relevant factors. Eventually, she reached the building that held the computer lab, where less well-off students like them had to go. She slid around to the side entrance, just in case, then walked inward toward where she hoped he would be. Finally, she spotted him, trying to collect his things, but talking to another student, a boy. I swear, dude. John looked like Ichigo.
I mean, that's a fairly common, like, messy hairstyle.
Yeah. John, you look handsome. Oh, boy, somehow he worked with him at the Liqueur Lab. What does he do his name? Not a threat.
Okay, wait a second. I'm just gonna stop everything. This game doesn't take place anywhere past the year 2000, does it?
Yeah, we're still in the 90s.
Yeah, I thought so. Because they're the computers, the fan, the chalkboard, kind of dead giveaways. Why is your mom gonna kill you, Superman?
But yeah, I've read the, like I said, I read the stuff, background information. The first game took place, I think, in like 1960, and this one took place like 2 years after, I think.
Homie made a great point, and John looks like an off-brand pro tag.
Wait a minute, is that his brother? Darn, this game is old. Wait, is he his brother? It's probably just another classmate.
Yeah, their eyes are different, nose is different, their hair is different. They
She
literally
breathed-
copy and pasted the body, though.
Did they? No, their necks don't look alike.
Well, I mean, like, okay, if I had to describe it properly, it would start from like the shoulders, and then they cut around pretty much the T-shirt.
True. All right. Yeah, I got you on that.
It's, I mean, fairly body similar.
Oh, yeah,
body styles
Thunder.
are fairly similar in anime, especially when they're both, you know, guys.
Yeah, Thunder. John went gay for Marnik. I'll stop.
Ew,
All right.
wow.
She breathed a sigh of relief, and I'm sorry, Mark. I didn't mean to put that on you. I'm sorry. She.
Hey,
breathed a-
straw!
She breathed a sigh of relief and leaned back against the wall against the door of the lab. There was a simple explanation as to why he was late, as she had known there would be, but it was still comforting to watch him. Lizzie slid a hand in her purse and caressed the shaft of her axe while she waited. John finally exited, and though she looked surprised to see her for a moment, after that he smiled. Lizzie, sorry, am I that late?
No, I just had to see you.
She greeted him with a hug and a quick kiss, then pulled back.
John, let's go back home.
Also, hey Joel, how you doing, buddy?
Hi, Joe. How you doing? I'm DragonGaming special friend.
Sure, I'm finished now. Sure, I'm finished now, but everything is completely alright? You seem more nervous recently.
It's just stress, I think. I wish we had more time together.
I know. I wish things could be different too. But after this semester, I'm gonna plow you.
Ooh!
She listened eagerly as he kept talking, soaking up every word. There was a bit. God, okay. There was a bit of there was a bit of tension in his voice at the beginning, and she realized guilty that she might be adding to his stress. But it slowly melted away as they spoke. Oh yes, plow Johnny. By the time they neared the apartment, things were back to normal. Lizzie gave him another smile.
I bought some things, but I haven't gotten started. Do you want to make dinner tonight?
Sure, that sounds nice. I'm starved. So early is good. John set about helping her with the preparations. They didn't have a lot to do, but even if they were just eating ramen, Lizzie wanted to give it her best. So this man just puts on a shirt instantaneously, like, oh, we're making dinner. Time to switch clothes. What?
To be fair, it's really easy to switch shirts fast if you're wearing multiple layers.
True.
But he wasn't doing that. That would have been obvious. We're on to you, John.
Oh, switch time.
Oh, switch! I didn't even see the switch that time. Thunderwing did it. Lizzie set about cutting up the vegetables, removing the bad portions, and reducing the rest to appetizing chunks. Her knife flickered satisfyingly, perfectly balanced for her hand. they might need to make do in many ways, but she had excellent
Wait,
kitchen knives to work
wait,
with.
wait.
Even when what?
Look, did you go off script for a minute?
No.
Oh crap! Crap! I'm not even on the same page as you. Crap! Okay. All right. Okay. Start at they might need.
They might need to make do in many ways, but she had excellent kitchen knives to work with, even when money was tight. He had never suggested selling her knife collection. She would have, though, would have gladly sold every knife and every single thing she owned for his sake. Knife still flying, Lizzie frowned to herself. No, that wasn't right. She'd need her axe and a few knives to defend him properly. Plus, John wouldn't want her to give up everything like that. Considering such warm thoughts, Lizzie flipped her knife around her hand a few unnecessary times as she finished cutting. Not the kind of thing she could do in public, but here there was no one to see her but John, and he only smiled to see her enjoying herself. John had started the water boiling, so it was ready as soon as she finished the vegetables. Then there were only a few details to take care of.
Hey, Dr.
Eventually-
Swab. Hey, Swab. How you
What?
doing, buddy?
Hey, Dr. Swablu, your name is green.
Also,
Oh, wait.
How are you doing, son? Did you eat vegetables? If you eat
Dad,
vegetables,
did you eat vegetables, son? You gotta do that to grow up big and strong. Nobody tell him. He doesn't know yet. They're not real vegetables.
wait, did you finish this page?
No, I got distracted by Swablu. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
How dare
how
you
dare
assume
you.
the color of my name? I love Swablu now. Eventually, they both sat down together on opposite sides of their small table. It was nothing much, but it was theirs, and that was wonderful. She would have been happy to just watch him eat, but she knew that he loved to talk to her even more. The idea that he wanted her to open herself up to him, even her darkest thoughts, always made her happy. But for today, she had nothing particularly dark on the mind, other than killing that track team.
So, you implied that you got held up in the lab?
Mostly it was nothing unusual. Just had to answer some questions. But Dan caught me at the end, wanted me to switch shifts at the library. He wanted me to do tonight, which I said wouldn't work. So we had to do some weird rescheduling. Okay,
Ooh, the
thought-
table's wet, homie. Yes, wet table.
Hasn't that been happening a lot lately?
Yeah, I might be picking up even more shifts. Figure it can't hurt, right?
No, but she didn't like him to be away from home more often. Lizzie had to admit that the library job was a good one, allowing him to study or read most of the time, but she still didn't like it. At least she could visit him without it being a hindrance. Why did he feel the need to work so much, though? Lizzie had her own campus job, and the numbers of their debts weren't too awful thanks to scholarships. Would it be better if they could get rid of it? Maybe she should consider going back to the house and selling it after all. Though she considered asking him all these questions, Lizzie decided to hold back. John had many concerns of his own, and adding her anxiety to those might make him depressed again. She was stronger, so it was better for her to shoulder the burden. John should voice John, says homie. What? Who's John?
Oh,
Is
John,
John?
John Guatemala, one of my mods.
Oh, well, I know who John Guadarrama. There's a sound. Diamonds. Wait, what? Oh, the mics is kicking in. After dinner, they moved to the couch to work. It was a ratty old thing they'd gotten off the curb, but it was fairly soft, and it served to hold them. They sat on opposite sides, each with their textbooks, their feet touching in between, just being able to be so near him, so comfortably. Lizzie slid her feet against his leg and gave him a bright smile when he looked up at her. An old part of her wanted to act immediately, to have sex before the moment could pass.
Ooh.
Oh, they were just playing footsie! That's all they were doing! That wasn't even that special! Okay, I lost myself for a second. But they had been together for 2 years, and moments like this were hardly a rare thing. Slowly, her mind had learned that she didn't need to be desperate. The life she wanted with him was filled with moments like this, too. Despite her thoughts circling around him, Lizzie finished her work rather quickly. Because of it, in a sense, there was a purpose to so many activities that had once been just going through the motions. Lizzie saw he was still busy working and spent a little while admiring him. She loved the look of concentration as he became fully absorbed with something. It was even better when it was directly toward her. But just his concentration was cute too. She could have watched forever, but once she got her fill, Lizzie stood up. She kissed him on the cheek, then headed to the other side of the apartment. They didn't have a lot of space, but there was enough for her to retrieve her axe from the cupboard and experiment with it a little. She hadn't experienced any more physical instability since the incident, leaving her very capable of protecting him. But she needed to be cautious. Though she didn't like to think about it, Lizzie had to admit that there was a small chance she could hurt John by accident, even if they never had a serious conflict with Koitek again. She needed her knives to feel secure, the idea that she might cause the slightest injury by accident. Lizzie practiced carefully, both following through with all the force she could muster and bringing the axe to a halt at a moment's notice. The practice was soothing, and Lizzie soon found herself smiling. There had been a time in her life after she found him when it had been possible that she might harm him in order to preserve their love. Though those thoughts now struck her as alien and horrible, she would never hurt him. Never. But that meant she needed to always be prepared. When Lizzie finished, she discovered that John was watching her. She had no doubt that her expression was far from inviting, as she had been imagining cutting down threats to them. But he was watching her fondly. Lizzie beamed at him and returned her axe to its place.
Are you done studying?
For tonight, yeah. There's no point doing more, so I can read at work tomorrow.
Then...
She drifted closer to him, smile broadening as she pored over his face. He wasn't too tired. He made a point of saying his work was done. And though he had been watching her with gentle affection, she knew there was more there. Lizzie eagerly slid down into his lap, her body pressing against his. So she could feel the proof of his desires in his pants, and she cooed happily. But though he put his arms around her waist, his eyes still watched her carefully.
I know you need to get up early, though. Okay, wait, pull that. I mean, you need to get up early tomorrow, though. Do you want to?
Whoa, Jesus, move your mouse away from that. The mouse really wants to have sex.
Look at the mouse, like, bruh.
It's like when you complete Solitaire back on Windows 2000 and XP and 95 and everything just slides down and makes replicas.
Does he be like, every day I be watching you?
Every step you
All right.
take.
I guess we're McFricking.
Okay. Grinning, Lizzie leaned in closer and kissed him. There had been so many small kisses throughout the day, each adding a little warmth inside her, and now she returned it all, kissing him deeply and passionately. His hands tightened on her waist, holding her a little closer. Most of the hesitance and uncertainty were gone now, since they were familiar with each other's bodies. She had never had trouble needing him too much to be hesitant, but John moved more slowly. It sent a thrill through her every time he touched her confidently. Lizzie bent closer to him, and there was a loud knock on the door. Wait, that wasn't you making fapping noises? That was an actual sound effect for knocking at the door. Okay, I got confused.
Actually was.
Her eyes narrowed to slits, and she glared murder towards the entrance.
We don't have to answer.
Marnik doesn't like where this is going, But due to the red fade, I like where it's going. Another knock. Louder. No, ignoring it was not an option. Lizzy sprang up from his lap and wrenched open the door. The boy on the other side was someone she recognized from one of John's classes. John said he was intelligent, and Lizzy didn't find him annoying. So under normal circumstances, he was fine. At the moment, she felt only rage towards him, barely contained within her smile. He was physically fit, but no threat. Her axe could be in her hand before he...
Hey, Aaron, what's up?
I
Guys,
didn't realize I was in
okay.
top chat on your channel. Oops.
This guy seems like a surfer guy. So, guys, want to check out the news? Francesca Kelsey is gonna seriously just do it.
It took Lizzy an anxious moment to identify that. A public figure, not someone they knew. Related to the pharmaceutical industry. Not an immediate threat, but an annoyance at the moment. The news seemed to matter to John, so he headed to turn on the salvage TV in the corner. Lizzy, different voice doesn't match.
That doesn't match?
Thunderwing.
All right, I'll switch it up then. I gotta make it more. I just realized the glasses, so I'll switch it up next time.
That's right, they don't have a rim on the top. Come on, man. That's like detective skills right there. I thought you would detect... Oh, wait. We're pharmaceutical people. We're not detectives. Never mind. Never mind. Nerdy voice, maybe.
Yeah.
Did
I'll
you
try.
guys see what they were doing with the... Oh, wow. I just went to my Stacy voice. Never mind. I can't do nerd tonight.
All right.
I was just trying to pick fun for a little while and allowed him to step inside. After flipping to the right channel, John watched carefully as the news report ran. Aaron slouched against the nearby wall. Hey, Aaron! Leaving Lizzy to hover behind John. When she heard Koitek's name, she began to pay full attention, soaking up the information.
The study that you're talking about. What do we miss? They didn't go into detail, but something about how sloppy pharmaceutical experiments used to be. A whole town of people got sick. Bad stuff.
I like it. Oh, hey, Thunderwing likes it too. Heck yeah. Virtual 5, bam! Oh, Thunderwing might not be able to see that, but at least he heard it. Lizzy's heart began beating rapidly. Was it possible that the report mentioned her? No, not specifically. There was privacy concerns, but it might have referenced her experiment. Lizzy's fingers began twitching at her sides, which drew John's attention. He frowned a little, then returned to Aaron.
How many cases did they talk about? Anything involving specific individuals? Just general information that I heard. Why?
Exactly the question that Lizzy had been afraid of. But John didn't seem disturbed. However, my son did, and he just woke up. Oh, he's good now.
I heard that, and I virtual high five back. Let me high five you, Thon. Let me high five you.
Did I accidentally click forward? Oh, no, I did not click forward. It's on you. Okay.
I used to be part. I used to be part of the packaging trial that didn't go well. At least for me. I was wondering if I got mentioned. Oh, is that how you got clued into all this?
I didn't know that you had
Thunder.
a command for high-fiving Thunderwing, so I had to
do.
do... Commands are convenient.
They are.
Behind them, Lizzy let her fingers... John had been thinking of her, hadn't exposed her to any unnecessary attention. Of course he would. She was awful for doubting him. While she was feeling a warm glow, she missed John's response.
Well, anyway, they only emphasize the biggest cases. Kelsey is trying to prove that the harms are large enough that government policy needs to change.
So, that was how it was connected. Francesca Kelsey was a researcher who worked for the Food, Drug, and Cosmetics Administration. And I'm going to go off topic for one moment and just say, cosmetics should not be involved with food and drugs. You don't eat makeup, but you do eat drugs and food. I'm just saying. I'm right. Or maybe I'm drunk. Whatever. No, Caleb, don't eat makeup. Level Derudo, how you doing? How's it going? It doesn't have uncensored tittles level. Either way, back to it. But left as part of a protest. She had been campaigning for increased powers to regulate pharmaceutical megacorporations since then. Lizzie usually didn't have any opinions about politics, but she approved in this case if it did damage to Koei Tech. She had never seen the woman herself, though. Lizzie watched curiously until the news station played a clip of Francesca speaking about the report, then began chewing on one knuckle. Though Francesca appeared serious and dressed professionally, she was too young for Lizzie's taste. Maybe it was fine for John to pay attention to her, since she was doing important work related to the both of them. But his attention focusing on anyone else made Lizzie anxious.
This is good, you know. But why'd you run over here? The congressional debates are going to take forever. Oh, that wasn't the urgent part. It said earlier, Kelsey's going on a speaking tour trying to raise awareness of the issue. But all locations are set. You need to get her on campus, man.
That one level Derudo in my Twitch chat goes, y'all remember Rel, yeah? Who could we not remember Rel, yeah? He's awesome.
Yeah, he is awesome. I'm a member on his channel. I get it.
I really need to get there more.
I don't know how much help we can... I get it. I don't know how much help we can be, though. Well, I wanted to ask you join again. We need more people to lead this if we're going to gain any momentum.
Hello, Smash Rogue. I kiss your face. John hesitated, looking toward her. His mouth had opened slightly as if to ask something, but he saw the tension in her eyes. Aaron looked back, too, but Lizzie had pulled her finger from her mouth, and I thought she was only biting her knuckle. And he couldn't see past her smile.
It's going to be hard for us to commit to that, I think. But keep us informed about what happens, alright? Sure, Thunder.
Relia's having a baby?
Again? He has like
Again?
3 kids. He has like 3 kids.
Dude, I've only been able to like hop in and out of Relia, so I haven't been able to get an in-depth understanding of his life, but he's been an amazing guy. Yeah. That and his Hollow Knight stuff's really good.
Alright. I won't press. I'm gonna get Kelsey here, though. Surely we're a big enough campus.
Wait, a good time for what, Thunderwing? Can I do my command for glitches when it's a good time? What command?
Oh. All my mods have little custom commands.
That is insanely cool.
Did you hear that?
Oh, no, I did not. I have yours muted. I'm just in your chat.
Oh.
Hold on. One mo.
1 minute, guys. Gliitchzz wants to listen to Thunder's command. Hey, Caleb. Hello. How you doing, Daddy? I'll stop. Can you hear now?
Okay, let me put it to just Thunder again. Just Thunder again.
Thunder, do it again. Do it again. Gosh diddly darn the cooldowns.
Gosh diddly darn cooldown. I love that.
Do it again, Thunder. Only he can do it.
Darn.
Oh, there went Colby's command. All right,
He's doing Donkey Kong's thing.
All right, Thunder, do your thing. Thunder, try it again. Different time, Thunder. Just a different time. Doing something to make me feel cool. Nice, Caleb. All right, Thunder. We'll do it like later on. All right, dude. All right. Okay, sad face. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
Okay, there we go. Now I don't know how the echo. I agree with that, Crimson, actually. But why am I hearing double level duress? Because I was reviewing footage to try to listen for a special sound effect. Dragon, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, it got silent.
Yeah, because
Well, John. Oh, what
I was
was that?
I was just so turned on by your presence.
Oh. Wait, I mean.
Oh, wow.
While John made small talk and walked Aaron out, Lizzie stayed in front of the television and kept watching the broadcast. Koi Tech had tried to take John away from her. She had feared 1,000 things, and many times he had calmed her fears. But back then, she had been absolutely right. An intellectual part of her knew that it was a huge corporation manufacturing many common drugs. Not all of them were as ill-advised as Paxatine. Not every experiment was harmful, and not every employee would be as terrible as Miss Smythe. It didn't matter. Lizzie hated all of them. But she couldn't hack apart the entire corporation. Dragon X glitches. Oh, yeah, I didn't even talk to you about what we were titling it.
Oh yeah. What's your title? Hold up.
I don't even remember my
With Dragon
title.
Gaming, it's Yandere time.
Yes, it is Yandere time. I like my title again. I wanted to make sure to include you, but I wanted to make sure that people knew that this was about me being a Yandere.
Wait, I just realized.
Yes?
Do you see that butcher knife to the right?
Yeah, it's sitting right in front of the photos.
I just noticed that, and it's underneath John, and then the picture of her, and that's pretty cool. I just noticed that detail. Do you see how many knives? There's one right there. There's one on the table. There's one in the kitchen. Several in the kitchen, I mean. There's one in the tomatoes. There's probably another one somewhere else, but that's all I can see.
Actually, it might have a talent for I Spy, because that's all I see as well. Yeah, kitchen shelf with the knife actual handles. It's in the tomatoes. It's on the cutting board. There's one on the table. There's one in front of the pictures.
Avengers Infinity War is the most ambitious crossover in history. Dragon Gaming, hold my beer. Yeah, yeah. It's all about Gliitchzz X Dragon Gaming.
Heckin' yes, I love that. That's so great. But she couldn't hack apart the. Oh, I already read that. I got
You did?
to. That was why she didn't mind people like Aaron so much. They could be useful. Maybe even this Francesca. But that didn't mean Lizzie wanted her to come here, especially since she might bring attention from Koi Tech.
Wait,
Was
what?
this what she had? What?
Oh, someone pulled a switch.
Oh!
I didn't see that. Okay, I didn't see that. All right. Was this that she had been fearing?
Wait, I do have one question. Would it be possible to take like a quick, few minute break?
Yeah, sure. I want to fill up my water.
All right, exactly. Just to let you know, this would be a good time to run ads. I do not run that. I just know that we have an ad button. You probably already knew that long
That is
ago.
true. I'll go ahead and do that. I'll see you guys in a
I'm
minute.
just letting you know. All right, be right back, everybody. Oh dear. I've got to go to the room. Pull that out.
Alright, we are back, boys. Really, Gek? I pressed play ad. What do you mean? Marshall back after the message. Message starts moaning. Message starts moaning. Oh my gosh, Thunder, you're too much. You are too much, Thunder. Next back. Yay. Yay! Oh, hey, Marnik. I missed you. I'll stop. Shush. Shush, you foul demon. Never ever. Nick won the race? What do you mean I won the race? This ain't no race. Leroy. Leroy. I want you, Leroy Jenkins. I want you so dearly bad. I want you. I want that pig inside me. Oh, Lord.
I got salsa on my headset.
Oh, Lord.
Completely unrelated to my absence.
I just did the most cringiest thing. One of my viewers asked me to moan Leroy Jenkins, and...
Leroy Jenkins.
Oh, yeah. Give it to me, Jenkins. Give me that big, hard cock. Oh. Yes. What?
Oh, get ready for your command. Yeah, absolutely. Hold on one moment. I'm ready. I'm not gonna lie, that was a different command than I thought it would be, but I love it. I just thought it was gonna be, I actually thought it was gonna be,
Marnik,
the
chill.
beginning from Thunderstruck, AC/DC.
That's a good idea, but...
Thunder!
Yeah.
Thunder!
Alright, you all good glitches?
I am good to go, and we pulled that switch, so we are with narrating.
Yep. Well, if you didn't know, I'm the Lord Chicken Nuggets. Was this what she was been fearing? That was why they couldn't get married. Not even with the event. Wait, hold on. Ugh. What? Arise, chicken, arise.
From Aqua Teen Hunger Force. #1 in the hood, G.
Was this what she had been fearing? That was why they couldn't get married. Not even with an event like this looming in the future. Not while something could go wrong. All too soon, the progress moved on to other subjects. Though the pharmaceutical giants were becoming increasingly important to everyday life. Oh, I'm excited. They were still usually ignored compared to the banal of celebrity news. Lizzy didn't care about that, since random foolish celebrities wouldn't attract John's eye. She still moved to turn the television off, though. If they get married, I better be invited to the wedding. Okay, Thunder. When she turned back, she discovered John watching her with concern. She'd been aware that Aaron had left, of course. Okay, Marnik. Of course. But but that was the. What's that word?
Wait, which word? Where?
But
Periphery!
periphery. But that was at the periphery of her thoughts. Only now did she reflect on the amount of time she had passed. My wedding's gonna have booze and fireworks? Hell yes.
Yes. I'm actually holding it in July, and we're having it on my dad's farm, and it's what? That's if the whole virus and everything calms down, of course.
Yeah, hopefully.
It's gonna be great because it's literally a redneck wedding, so no suits, no nothing. We're all gonna be out on farmland, shooting fireworks, drinking booze.
That sounds epic.
It will be epic. I mean, I've been to traditional weddings. One of my best friends, brother for life, his was more of a traditional wedding, and I got really drunk and did my best man speech, and I don't remember a single dang word of it.
He probably does though.
Everyone said I did good about them. Thank you. I really don't remember it because thanks to YouTube and my work with retail, I'm a fairly good open speaker. I used to stutter when I first met people. I improved a lot, but it was just too nerve-wracking. I blanked.
Are you worried about it?
Yeah, I am worried about my ability to talk socially. I know that you were just reading it.
Oh, sorry.
I had to be a jerk.
Okay.
I was literally setting it up for that.
Are you worried about it?
I'm just afraid something will happen. Claytech will be watching.
John approached and wrapped his arms around her. Lizzy eagerly let herself rest against his chest. Maybe, but everyone will be watching. Francesco, however you do that, I can't do that. Kelsey is one of their main political opponents. So they have to know that anything around her will be scrutinized. Even if Aaron gets her to come, I'm sure it will pass without incident. That was logical. It was probably true. And Lizzy cut and recut the sentence a dozen different ways. She didn't discern any real affection when he spoke the other's woman's name. She was just a political figure working on an important cause. No more. She wasn't a threat. I've only been to one wedding, and let me tell you, I've swooned the ladies. I've been to one wedding, two. One was good. The other one, I want it erased from my mind because it's about two people that treated Kayla like crap.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm not gonna get into that though.
Oh, well, since we're speaking about weddings, I could always show my suit that I wore at my friend's traditional wedding. Where is your Discord server?
Where's mine?
I can't find it.
Can one of my Elder Dragons please drop the Discord link in Discord and in the Discord in the live chat, please, guys?
I'm almost certain that I'm joined in it. I'm just blind.
Just whenever you join it, just agree to the rules and ask for your color, and you'll have full access.
Oh wait, there's your Discord link. I should already be a member of it.
Are you?
I should be.
I can try adding you. Let's see. Nope.
What?
Not
It sent
finding
me
you.
to a completely different server. So
Colby dropped it in the chat for you.
excellent. The one I clicked on, your YouTube didn't work for me, but then again, things be stupid sometime.
And beyond the outer rim, the outer rim of the butthole. I'll stop.
Oh dear.
If you're having big issues, they can send you a direct invite to it.
There we go. I got it now. Castle of Dragons. Why wasn't I a member of your Discord yet?
All right, can one of the welcoming dragons please help switch us into the Discord? Just have him read the rules, choose his color, so you can get full access. Butthole rim kink.
Oh, jeez. Do it in the invalid channel tab. Okay. How do I agree to the rules, though?
Just go to the waiting room
Mm-hmm.
and just say I agree to them. And then die
Okay.
zone. Choose whatever color you want.
There we go. Sorry that I'm holding up everything here, guy.
Alright, let me give you your dragon army roll. You are now officially part of the dragon army. And you're officially a grape dragon.
Yay!
And I might as well give you the collab partner roll.
Yes. Okay, now as soon as I find that picture from the wedding I was in, I can put it in your Discord. Either
Alright.
way, that won't take long. And so we can continue on with the story.
Wait, did I read that? Yeah, okay. You're lying.
Oh, you did read that?
Did I? Okay, that was logical. It was probably true. When Lizzie cut and recut the sentence a dozen different ways, she didn't discern any real affection when he spoke the other woman's name. She was just a political figure, working on an important cause, no more. She wasn't a threat.
I know, but the reminder has me feeling so stressed.
I understand. Let's just get some sleep, okay? Too late, Lizzie realized that she had worked against herself. Though she felt anxious and twitchy now, if he had initiated again, she would happily welcome it. Sex would have to let her take her mind off anything else for a time. But now, he would just worry that she was only doing it for his sake. And as much as she tried to convince him otherwise, it might trouble him. And that always made things less enjoyable. Like, I don't have extra the color purple, but luckily someone else did it for me. Don't worry, Thunder, I got you. I got it already.
I was about to say I got purple, and if you look in Dragon's picture gallery, you could see what I looked like at an actual wedding when I was dancing with Smokey. And I shaved beforehand, but it
Wow,
just wasn't long.
You look
It
so
was just
different.
like
You look so different without a beard.
I know, right? I have a better picture of me actually fully suited, and I look like Men in Black, but that one's not as good as this.
Accepting the ways had gone, Lizzie smiled warmly at him, pulled them both toward the bedroom. Kinky time?
Kinky time.
Please hold me until I fall asleep.
As they lay together, Lizzie curled up against his side. She began to feel calm again, rubbing her pussy on his
Oh, wow.
Being near him always generated a deep warmth within her, making her wet, and just lying in his arms like this was peaceful bliss. Maybe John had been right not to have sex that night. Her love for him was deathless, but she wasn't as perfect as he deserved. Sometimes her mind wouldn't cooperate, or her past got in the way. What she needed most now was to lie here with him, together. For her, it was just another glorious element of their life together. And as John stroked her hair affectionately, she reminded herself that he was happy, just to be like this as well. Smiling, Lizzie drifted to the sleep. I don't know where my glasses are, Thunder.
Dang it.
I don't
Yes,
know.
there we go. There's me looking like Men in Black.
And oh, they're in my glass. Big buffoon moment. I said I didn't know where my glasses were. They were in my glasses case this entire time. It's like I don't know where I put them. Oh, they're in my case. Big buffoon moment. My gosh.
It happens.
You dumb buffoon. Yeah, oh, a buffoon moment. Yeah, buffoon. Huh? Black screen. The warehouse stressful forever in every direction. I've been booped by Benjamin. Sterile, well, yeah, The warehouse stretched forever in every direction. What warehouse? Sterile white walls yawning toward eternity. In the center of it, they were impossibly tiny, yet they were everything. Her memory of the scene played out again. Miss Smith having both of them trapped, trying to turn them. Oh! This is a flashback to Crimson Gray.
So we're doing the time warp again.
Yeah, it's like, I think she's dreaming about it. Maybe.
It's just a jump to the left.
Yeah, it was like a warehouse. Like, is this a flashback to the first one? Maybe it is. Miss Smith had both of them trapped, trying to turn them against each other. In real life, she had fought back. John had helped her and trusted her even after the worst. They had escaped.
What?
But this time, instead of using an injection to cause some pain, Miss Smith began removing her. Whoa!
I know, that's why I said
Whoa!
what?
Whoa!
I started reading ahead. I apologize. Holy crap.
But this time, instead of using an injection to cause some pain, Miss Smith began removing her clothes. She cast Lizzie a mocking smile and then slid into John's lap. Pressing herself against his chest, he struggled, but he was bound too tightly to do anything as Lizzie tore out the dream and found herself bolt upright in their bed. She had snapped her knife from its place and held it in front of her, gleaming into the moonlight. Wait, Thunder, do you actually want me to repeat that? Or are you trying to joke just so you can hear my voice? Just so you can hear my sexy voice. You just want to hear it again, don't you? Joke? Alright, okay. I'm pretty sure it's a joke. It took her a moment to come back to herself, to realize that it had been a dream. John was lying beside her, coming awake as he realized how upset she was. There was no fear in his eyes, but she could see the deep concern there. Move on. Lizzie? Are you alright? Oh,
I'm fine, John. Just had a bad dream and the ominous music started.
She gave him a beaming smile and set the knife aside casually. But her acting wasn't good enough. There were still those lines of concern on his face. It was wonderful that he had come to know her better and better, but that meant she couldn't keep herself from being a burden to him. It can be hard to shake those off. Come here and rest, Lizzie. Though she wanted to pretend that everything was alright, she couldn't resist his soothing voice. Lizzie crept against him again, resting her head on his warm chest. It did feel wonderful, pushing aside the remnants of the dream, but this wasn't how it's supposed to be. She needs to do better if she wants an Oscar.
I want that Oscar. I'm doing better.
She was supposed to protect him. John was the one who was sad, who needed to be protected from the world. He carried so much weight. She couldn't add anything to it. Lizzie bit her lip and squeezed him tighter, wishing she could be perfect.
I'm sorry, John.
Don't say that. I'm glad that I can be here for you.
You always are.
Come here and try to relax. She snuggled against him, much of her anxiety fading. But what if one day he wasn't there? What if someone took him from her? She would bathe the world in blood, and it would be no good because he would be gone, and she would have nothing. I think she's going to do more than relax. Yeah. She's going to whip that winky out. I'll stop. Lizzie slowly managed to let go of the other thoughts and just enjoyed his presence. But it took her a very long time to go to sleep. The lecture rolled onward. Flowing around the edges of Lizzie's mind, she was absorbing some of the information, but her thoughts were mostly elsewhere. On the page in front of her, increasingly, she taking a back corner seat so that it would look like she was deliberately taking notes. But in fact, she was pouring out her thoughts on the pages of the spiral notebook. What, Marnik? She needs lasagna. No, you see, there's a joke. So, I think you did it. It was the part of the first game where you chose which medicine you're going to choose for her. And I think
And you.
So it was called Nalazine, and Marnik was like, let's just call it lasagna. So every time that name came up, we would say lasagna, and it'd just be so great.
2 weeks of lasagna coming right up.
Wait a minute, where's the lasagna in this game? Gosh, darn, there's no lasagna.
Tasty.
But in fact, she was... Okay, yeah. Lizzie paused a moment, looking over what she had written recently. It was chaotic, but a familiar chaos. Where's the goddamn lasagna? His name, over and over again, in increasingly scratchy letters. Wild fragments of thoughts connecting conspiracies. Lists of women who had gotten close to him. She wondered what John would think if he read this and dedicated and decided it was better not to burden him. Thinking of him always made her smile, but Lizzie also stopped to consider John as analytically as she could. Her mind ran over the roll of images. She held a shell of his face. All the smallest changes in his eyes. 2 weeks of lasagna not coming right up. Yeah, I know.
Dang it.
He was sadder than usual, she realized. Perhaps because of the stress of work, since he was been covering more shifts. Lizzie resolved that she would have to try even harder to lift him up, make him as happy as he deserved to be. Pulling herself out of her thoughts, Lizzie set aside the notebook and returned to her real notes. She didn't need to take many, quickly jotting down the key points to catch up to the speaker. Dude, this is so old school, man. Like, this is how college rooms used to look.
That, and you'd have the professor just like frantically writing down stuff, and you'd have to try to keep up while writing as well. I'm a slow writer, so that would be horrible for me, but on a laptop I go pretty fast.
This reminds me of that one episode of Family Guy where Stewie went to college. This room right here.
All we did was work out. We really should have studied.
Once she was done, her mind began to wander again. It seemed that the event planning had gone through. You gotta find the first paw print. That's the first clue. You put it in your notebook. Then what do?
Blues Clues!
It seemed that the event planning had gone through. Their local campus activist groups had potential in the right places. So now Francesca, whatever, Kelsey was going to be speaking in town. That was a good thing, theoretically. It would disturb Koitek, and it would make John happy. Lizzie had read some of her articles to try to vet her, and Francesca seemed illegitimate, intelligent. Her visit would probably give them nice things to talk about. She was married, too, and had been for 6 years. Everything was fine, so Lizzie didn't object to them getting a little involved in helping to set up the event. Everything was fine. Lizzie absent-mindedly realized that she was gripping her pen tightly and stabbing repeatedly into the side of her notebook, leaving it covered in gouges.
Aw.
After class, Lizzie headed out and started to walk her usual path. before she remembered that things had changed. Frowning slightly, she changed her route to head to the administration building instead, where she would be meeting with John. Others would be there as well. The exact purpose of the event was unclear to her. At the minimum, they would gather and receive information about the various activities they'd be doing in preparation for the visit and speech. Presumably, after they would go to do said activities, and she could be alone with them. Except that he had expressed interest, which was reasonable. Perhaps they would participate. He had noticed her anxiousness, however, and not committed to anything beforehand. That was very considerate of him, but made Lizzy vow to do a better job of supporting him. Perhaps Mr. Anderson.
Mr. Anderson.
As she entered the building, she saw a crowd of people that had gathered. They appeared to be an ordinary enough college group, likely not a concern, though it would be more difficult to evaluate threats in crowds such as this. She searched through the random people in the way, but was able to find John. Realizing that she was going to be engaged, Lizzy focused on Aaron, who was coming to greet her. And from Mickey Mouse voice, "Oh yeah, Lizzy!
Oh, God.
Oh yeah, Lizzy!" Oh no.
Gosh, Mickey, you sure are excited today. Yup.
Aaron and two women, young, attractive women their age, wearing clothes that were stylish and extremely suggestive. Not physical threats, but potentially. The thing is, they're not actually dressed like that.
Twins, Basil.
Those, which is the thing is, they're not dressed like that. That's what Lizzy sees.
Yeah, it's unrealistic. Those skirts are both long and short at the same time. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I'm looking at their faces, I swear. No thunder. I know what you're doing. Get your hand out of your pants. Lizzy gave all of them a brittle smile. Crap, what? Okay. Hey, Lizzy, good to see you here.
Hello?
We're just getting organized, but there are a ton of things we need to do. We already printed a bunch of flyers to put up, but we actually got space on one of the big boards. So we need people to help design a poster, and we also...
Where's John?
over in the corner. We're going to organize after the...
Thank you!
Lizzy left them, though she watched Aaron and the others for a moment longer. Aaron seemed to have noticed she wasn't completely happy, which was a problem. Being herself around John had made her sloppy, though Aaron also might be more perceptive than average. Sorry, what'd you say? I was distracted for a minute.
Oh, I wonder why.
Oh yeah, Thunder, you were just stroking your shaft. She headed through the crowds, searching for John. Part of her knew that the people here were probably decent, given their interest. No, too many of them were just looking for socialization. Maybe. Ooh. Or a cause that might made them feel good about themselves. There were too many of them to judge, and some could possibly be threats. That's a lot of decisions.
It really is.
Investigate everyone in the room, ignore targets, and find John. Whoa. Gliitchzz, do you see it's changing when you go over them?
Oh, it does. I was about to say, when you said ignore targets, I was like, mine says ignore others.
Eliminate everyone in the room, ignore targets and find John, defend John with knives, interrogate Aaron for more information, retreat, gather weapons, and monitor the situation. This is really clever.
These options are all fun.
I say, I say interrogate Aaron. That's my choice.
You know what? I'm pretty good with interrogating Aaron for more information. I am bored. When is the killing happening? Caleb! It happens eventually. It's all about building up to it.
Yeah, it's like doing a role play and doing the sex right away. Like, what's the point?
Unless you're me.
I think the most violent is the most smart. Well, that would be eliminate everyone in the room, but we tried that with the track team and she didn't do it. So if we do that again, she wouldn't do it. Or would she?
Boy.
I need to satisfy my roleplay kink, Nick.
Don't king shame him.
So you're good with ask Aaron or interrogate
I'm good
Aaron?
with interrogating Aaron.
All right. Lizzie's mind raced, reconsidering her best course of action, and then she heard John's voice. In a rush, she realizes how close she had come to making a mistake, one that might have hurt him. She wasn't stable, and think about the fact didn't help. Lizzie hurried to track him down and draw on his presence. There he was. Lizzie restrained herself, then she simply skipped up to him, taking his arm like a normal girlfriend would do. Her fingers dug into his arms, harder than she intended, as he gave her a look of concern. She was being either the good cop or bad cop.
True. Yes, I have, Dr. Doobie Doob. How you
Hey,
doing?
ba-
How's it going?
Hey, baby.
Sorry I'm late.
She beamed at John to reassure him that everything was alright, then also beamed at the nearby people, not likely any threats. But she beamed hard at them anyway. Ash just finished organizing all the different tasks. Aaron is better at drawing people together than organizing details, you know?
Haha, that's a trap.
Some girl laughed necessarily loudly at his observation, prompting Lizzie's full attention to zero in on her. Slight pupil dilation, no visible flushing, heart rate slightly above average. Was that flirting? Was she trying to steal him away from her? But we haven't assigned any tasks yet. What do you think, Lizzie? Do you want to help? Or do you have too much to do at home? It was an obvious lifeline for her if she was too stressed. Lizzie loved him for it. Of course she would trust her John. He would always be true to her.
I might have to go. We need other help I can get.
The girl's gaze... God, that voice is so great. The girl's gaze turned away from John, too deliberately. A ruse? Aroused? I'll stop. And toward Lizzie, she gave a smile that touched the corners of her eyes, indicating that it was authentic. But though Lizzie automatically mirrored it, she felt only a cold hollowness.
I was actually hoping you could help us put up flyers. I've seen you around campus. You're super fast.
What game did she have in mind with such flattery? Lizzie failed to see the advantage the girl gained, but she disliked the situation all the same. Still, there were a wide variety of different tasks available, and not all of them would leave John vulnerable. She had delayed too long in answering, leaving an uncomfortable pause. Maybe she wants to play some Monopoly. Maybe Thunder. This is so great. It is, Archon. This is great. Very long time since social skills were failed her like that. Worse, it was causing him stress, which is unacceptable. Lizzie pretended to be looking over the organized sheet to buy herself a little time. Baby? His voice sounded slightly pained, which broke Lizzie's heart. She couldn't add to his depression. She couldn't. The idea of participating wasn't unpleasant, but it would be so much calmer and more wonderful alone at home. Lizzie looked up, smiled, and made a decision.
Ooh.
All right, these don't change. All right. Don't participate.
Oh.
Let him participate, but keep him safe. Take care of it for him. Participate together. I like that last one.
I was about to say, together would be the nicest one.
Thunder, did you actually get distracted, or are you just doing the funny? Because I will.
He's doing the funny.
Because I will reread that if you want. I'm joking. All right. Okay.
I'm okay with participate together.
All right.
I always like being the one to flip out closer to the end. That way everyone thinks they're safe.
Putting up flyers sounds fun. Let's go together.
Not gonna lie, I like Lizzy Vision for the neighbors. Ooh.
Yeah, wow.
Good. We have to plan for getting them through campus, but also all over town. John began going over the plan. It was simple enough. She could probably have done all the flyers herself. But if she got to walk around with them, then it would be worth it. She's always winking. Does she have a eye disease? Dude, Thunder, keep in mind, this is a visual novel. It's not like an actual RPG. So they can't do that. Infinite
flirt activate!
Infinite
For
flirt
love.
activate.
Yes! That's so much better.
The power of my stream deck. I love it.
I need to get one of those. I've been trying to get the Elgato 4K 60 Plus, but nobody sells it. Literally impossible to find other than Amazon, and I don't trust bid sites.
Doomga X Lizzy? Oh yes, please.
But then the doggo would get jelly.
Oh yeah, Doom Guy. Shove that BFG up my sweet pussy.
Oh, Doom Guy, I'll show you the real demon bed if you show me your real slayer.
How about you?
That just makes it more fun.
I remember that quote from Austin Powers. How about you?
It's funny because I quoted Austin Powers earlier with my twins, Basil.
Nice.
Ha!
You can screw off. Okay, dude.
Oh, yeah, I do that every day, Marnik. Yeah.
John began going over the... I already read that. The problem... guys, switcheroo. I'm getting tired. I'm talking.
Yeah, we'll do a manual switcheroo since it's been a while. I don't know if people forgot about that or not. Hello, Anime Otaku Crew, and welcome over to the Gliitchzz side.
Yeah, wow.
Hold on, wait a second. I gotta...
Alright. Fool's Day, also my grandpa's birthday back in Poland.
Oh.
Nice.
Dude, Poland's awesome, homie.
Isabel X Doomga X Lizzy, the ultimate fanfiction.
That'd
And
be a cool
Marnik.
fanfic.
And Marnik.
Yeah.
Don't forget Marnik. I'm joking.
Always include the Marnik.
Marnik, I'm joking. I'm joking, Marnik. I'm joking.
The problem was that so many other people were involved. People John delegated to other locations, suspicious girls with questions. At one point, they even needed to drive in someone else's car. It was too many people, too close for her, and she had hoped it would be just the two of them. But as they worked, John was often smiling. The whole social environment, working together with people toward the same cause, seemed to make him happy. That was good. And he saved his brightest smiles for her, never getting too close to any of the other girls. It was fine. The event left Lizzy a little nervous, but she judged that acceptable. If she could drain stress from him into herself, that was the way it should be. When they got home, John seemed lighter than usual. She found herself smiling in response to his happiness. It snuggled against him as they fell asleep after the long day, his hand stroking her hair. When her schedule went unusually well, Lizzy herself actually somewhat troubled. She had no reading for classes, the shopping had gone quickly, and nothing had slowed her down. That meant that she had a surprising amount of extra time on the one night John needed to work late at the library. For a little while, she busied herself tidying up the house and cleaning her knives, but she found herself anxious. It was no serious premonition, just an uncomfortable feeling. She was glad to have him in her mind, and she was sure she would soon find his song again, but she also wanted him in the flesh.
Whoa.
Oh, I'm sorry if I'm reading too fast, Thunderwing. I tend to go by how I feel the emotion is going, so I'll slow down during wow, it's hard to describe. I slow down during more dramatic parts, but when people start getting like frustrated or stuff like that, like Lizzy is, then I'll start to speed up and sound more anxious. Oh, the writing. Ooh. Okay, Thunderwing. I'm good then. Yes.
Yeah. You're good. Like she was like being fast. Yeah, you're good, Gliitchzz. You're good.
She's thank you. She spent a while writing in her notebook, many of its pages now heavy with ink. Mostly plans for worst-case scenarios if something happened during Francesca's visit and she needed to protect John. But that couldn't hold her attention for long. This was a bad night to be home alone. After chewing on one knuckle for a while, Lizzy decided that she should just go visit John at the library. She padded across the campus, noting how different it was at night. The normal dorms were still bright and would become progressively louder as the students started to party. A few were ambling further, likely drunk or stoned. They had been invited a time or two, but for the most part, what was that? Have a great night, Anime Otaku-kun.
See you, Ben. I'll see you tomorrow for Doom, dude. Peace, dude.
Oh no. Kevin MacLeod's music. Wait. Isn't that... I don't even know. That's just music on there. Home Alone. Who is she, Kevin? Oh, no. All the grapes, all the murder. They had been invited a time or two, but for the most part, she and John didn't have connections to those crowds. Being together and off campus, even just slightly off campus, set them apart from the other students. Normally, Lizzy never gave the subject a second thought. Now she found herself resenting their happiness. All of them wasting their time so carelessly while he was working alone and probably depressed. If she urged him to take fewer shifts, he would. Lizzy knew that. But as much as she wanted more of him, she didn't want to unfairly force him to do that. If John thought the extra work was necessary, then he was probably right. Still, Lizzy's eyes briefly flickered to a couple sprawled over one another in the grass. Neither a threat. They were pulling at their clothes, though, and well past the point of just making out. Before they finished college, she wanted a moment like that. Not doing something like that in public, but simply being together, by the trees, enjoying themselves. College should be a time of happy memories. Light years between the drama of their meeting and the difficulties of adulthood. She wanted something she could remember forever, maybe capture in a picture. Yet right now, everything was so complicated. Lizzy frowned and looked away, increasing her pace. It wasn't fair. The library itself was basically deserted since few were doing research on a Friday night.
All right,
that was
see you,
why
Marnik.
John... Yep, see you, Marnik. Sorry about that. Have a great night. Red rum. Doing research on a Friday night. That was why John ended up with a shift and why he took it, getting paid to do his own work. She could take a pic of John's pee-pee. Oh. She could. Lizzy found herself shifting to walk silently instead of giving any sign of her presence. This could be a good opportunity to observe him without him being... It had been the first way that she had come to love him, and though the other ways since coming to know him were better, watching still had a special place in her heart. She peered around a bookshelf and finally spotted him. John sat behind the desk, reading from one of his books. He was making decent progress, brow furrowed, and that concentrated look that she so loved. But occasionally, his focus seemed to waver. She noticed his eyes grow a little distant, and he had to backtrack on the page. Sometimes when he did, he would look at a sheet of paper beside him for a while, occasionally make a note. Were they just his notes? But she knew John's note-taking habits extremely well, and that wasn't how he operated. It was as if he was trying to read, but simultaneously distracted by the thought of something else. Shush, you two, I had enough. Marnik's attacking.
Yeah, Marnik, he cringes a lot during these streams.
Oh, it's okay. That's part of the fun. That's what I love most about it. Bye-bye, Marnik. Oh, homie channel said Marnie.
It's a joke.
Bye, Miney.
I'm sorry, though. I do
Oh,
love it.
wow. I wasn't even wrong. It says Crimson Grade 1.5 at the top. Just noticed that.
Oh, dang, it does.
I just noticed that.
I'm literally making my eyes point directly towards where the window says Crimson Gray 1.5 on my screen, but you can't see that.
You guys can't
Oh,
see
I'm
that.
sorry, Marnik. Love you. Have a
I
great night.
hating you.
Why'd you say happy birthday?
That's
My fiance's birthday was yesterday.
Thunder always says. He says good morning and happy birthday. Those are his catchphrases.
Oh, well, literally, my fiance's birthday ended 8 minutes ago. What could it possibly be? Her mind imagined that it was some kind of love. Get April fooled. It's not your birthday. What? No, not anymore. Yeah. Caleb said happy birthday, Smokey. Too late! She's very thankful for all that. But she discarded that possibility as quickly as she could. No, John wouldn't do that. If he wrote a love letter, it would be to her. He looked so sad, though. Lizzie stared as if her gaze could strip away his skull and reveal every thought inside. If she just understood him perfectly, she could prevent him from being sad. There would be no anxiety then, only perfect trust for one another. Lizzie retreated further in the library, just in case he looked up in her direction and watched him from a vantage point. Even he wouldn't notice. He did glance up a few times, almost as if he had felt her watching, but she was too well hidden. It was wonderful that he could almost sense her. But Lizzie needed to watch him for now. Eventually she would understand. Hours passed in a flash, and suddenly John was standing and yawning. After so long of his stillness, it was almost startling. Apparently his shift was almost over, which meant he would need to lock up. Deciding that she had watched enough, Lizzie sneaked through the back stocks and approached from near the entrance again, beaming. John smiled the instant he saw her.
Oh, Lizzie. I hope you weren't lonely.
I just wanted to come get you once your shift was over.
You're a sight for sore eyes after this dead shift. Just give me a moment to lock up.
Wait. Okay, it's daytime now. He started his job at night. He's locking up in the morning.
I guess.
Why is he locking up when the library would normally open?
I don't even know.
What do they close for literally an hour? That's weird.
Some of the changes like that they do confuses me at times.
Oh, I understand reusing backgrounds. Backgrounds are a pain.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Exactly. It didn't take long. It didn't take him long, and they were walking across campus to head back home. Her arm through his and her head leaning against his shoulder. They passed the couple now lying still on top of one another. Wait, still?
Wait, so it's still nighttime, but I'm confused.
It's nighttime, but it's daytime, and that couple is still out there. And if they fell asleep on each other outside on a campus ground, John seemed a little surprised. He doesn't react as much as us, but just shook his head. Lizzie inclined her head toward them, then did something like an accidental click, and now what is going on? Then looked back at him and raised her eyebrow. Okay, it went back and forth a lot.
Devil's Tangle in the day? Neato.
Gotta have some excitement.
Sorry, I can barely keep my eyes open.
That That's okay. I know you study hard. Let me help you rest.
When they got home, she quickly took his bag from him to put it away before he could get into trouble. Go to the trouble.
Oh, I get it. Sorry, I cut you off. Lizzy Vision, it's bright and sunny when John is around just Lizzy. That's why.
Oh.
That's why it's
Yeah,
like
that's a
that.
good. That's a very good point. Archon pulls out the saxophone. Do 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 do. Honest, if she acted quickly enough, wouldn't need to use any more energy to make decisions and could just relax. Eventually, he fell asleep with his head on her lap, finally looking truly at peace. Lizzie stroked his hair and stared down at him, watching. Life proceeded normally enough. A significant part of the campus was busy preparing for the arrival, but there were even more people who didn't know or didn't care. But it mattered to John, so it mattered to Lizzie. Okay, I know we had a break like an hour. Like, I was chug-a-lugging, and it is going through me. You all good with that?
What was that?
Y'all good with taking another quick break?
Sure.
Okay. Sorry about that.
All good, dude.
That's what happens when you drink. Don't drink. Oh, good.
So, what are you guys thinking so far? What are you guys thinking so far about Dusk and Dawn? Lizzie, you better love me, John, or what? I'll make you go wham! Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely. That's lovely. That is lovely, Thunder. That is lovely. But how are you guys enjoying Dusk and Dawn? How are you guys enjoying it? Dusk and Dawn is amazing, in my opinion, better than the first one. I'm liking it. I wouldn't say better. Just don't drink the tea. It is cringy. Yes, Colby, I know it's cringy, I know. Wow. Really like how it's perspective now? Yeah, same here, same. I like that it's her perspective now. Yeah, but I'm really enjoying how Dusk and Dawn's unfolding. This game doesn't make me cringe, it makes me moan like a wolf howling. Hey guys, Dragon After Dark. This has made this way more fun. Yes. I think my parents heard that one. BRB, alright, D.
I can hear you screaming in the stream.
So I'm trying to look at these achievements. So we've only achieved one achievement so far. I wonder what we're going to get on our achievement.
Starting to like you with being fussy.
What's your genius idea, Thunder?
Okay.
I didn't do nothing. Oh, yeah, that's right. Everything.
You'll
What's
see.
the most
Okay,
genius
Thunder.
idea, Thunderwing? I need to know. I need to know so much that I interrupted DragonGaming. What is it? I need to know.
Yo, what's up, Bull? How you doing, buddy, man? How you doing?
Hello, non-filtered comedy and gaming. I actually like his name.
Ow, you scared me. He always does that.
I love that. Oh, man. Okay. I had the most genius idea as well, Caleb. Oh, Caleb, why? I mean, Caleb also had an idea and he won't share it. Lizzie had joined him in spending time with the preparations, and it had seemed to go well. She was glad to see John invested in something like this. Excuse me.
Wait, what? Just Plain Days Gone, and I dislike you for this? Game is addicting? Bro, I told you that game is amazing. Days Gone, like...
I was about to say, it's been a while since you played that, hasn't it?
Yeah, I beat it 100%. I got platinum on and everything.
Holy crap, dude. Nice.
Yeah.
I think I've only ever gotten platinum on Infamous.
Oh, that was a great game.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Days Gone is a quality game, but it's not... Like, comparing it to other PS4 exclusives, it's not as good as, like, Spider-Man, God of War, Persona 5, but it holds a special place in my heart. I enjoy that game. I'm going to be calling people out other names and add an IE at the end like Marnie. That is amazing. Alright, let's get back to it.
Oh, drinking that mix straight from the bottle. Margarita mix. Ooh, heartburn central soon.
Right, Bold? That's why I enjoyed it.
But when she came home from class one day, she realized that she might have gotten it entirely wrong. John slumped on the couch, too unfocused to notice her. That was an emptiness. There was an emptiness in his eyes that she hadn't seen in some time, immediately making her heart hammer in her chest. Get ready for this, non-filtered.
John, are you okay? Is something wrong?
I'm just a little tired. It's not a problem or anything. Or, yeah, there's not a problem or anything.
Of course there's a problem if you're not feeling okay. You don't have to pretend to smile for me, John. It's okay to be sad sometimes.
That face. That look. Thank you, Lizzie. It's nothing specific. I'm just having a bad day.
Because you had a bad day, you're taking one down.
Just stay right there and don't worry about anything.
She skipped closer and gave him a quick hug and kiss, but didn't try to press. Instead, she moved on into the kitchen, getting something simmering. When John was depressed, he didn't want to eat. She had learned that trying to force it could turn bad, but the smell would slowly get through to him. While doing her work, Lizzie headed into their bathroom and counted his depression medication. It didn't seem like he had forgotten, or that he had taken more than usual, which was good. But though his medication helped, it couldn't make his life perfect. There had been a time when she had desperately hoped that she could do that. She still wished that she could, but she knew that his sadness didn't mean that he didn't love her. All she could do was be supportive. When she came back out, he had slumped back further, but she saw a bit more relaxation in his posture. Suddenly, her heart ached with love for him, so intense that she had to support herself on the doorframe. She didn't deserve him. He was always so supportive, so kind. Even when it cost him, it was easy to just bask in his presence, to see him as a shining paragon. But her John was human, had limited resources. If she had missed the signs, as she sometimes did, one of Lizzie's fingers slid up to her mouth and she started to bite down on it. But she pulled back. John wouldn't want her to do that. Thundiri, you've created a monster. Oh no. Instead, she moved into the room, determined to give back this time. She checked on the soup, then went to sit beside him, just touching his side a little, being present without demanding anything of him. John smiled at her, but didn't say anything. It was a quiet smile that faded into sadness, but she loved it too. These incidents always magnified her love for him. She didn't love his depression, but when he was like this, he seemed so truly real that she couldn't take her eyes off of him. Lizzie restrained herself and just sat supportively. After a time, though, she shifted. Later on, maybe they could eat. But until then, I wonder how her fingers tasted. Probably like steel.
Do you need to talk about anything?
I'll be okay. I think I'm just overextending myself, preparing for Kelsey's visit.
Oh, I haven't been pushing you too much, have I? I liked it when we worked together before, so...
No, I didn't mean that at all. There's just so much to do.
But you don't have to do it all, remember? Don't push too hard.
I'll push harder than you, Lizzie.
Oh, yeah! Get past your limits, John! Go Super Saiyan PP on me!
Unfortunately, the Dragon Ball reference wouldn't work as...
Oh yeah, John! Go beyond! Plus Ultra!
John is not pleased with me.
I'm crying, right?
You're
Oh my
crying,
gosh.
and I'm just chugging a bottle of Jose Cuervo margarita, which Smokey got for her birthday. And I'm just like, I don't want her to drink it all, so I'll drink it all.
You're right. I can barely type because I'm laughing so much. You're right. Thanks, Lizzie.
Lizzie thought that their conversation had gone well, but she was plagued by doubt. She hadn't noticed this depression incoming, hadn't been able to prevent it. She began going over every interaction and minute detail, wondering where she had neglected something. Lizzie realized that she needed to get out of her head. If she let herself keep thinking that way, she would end up spending the evening developing elaborate plans to kill someone or kidnap John to safety. She needed to do something. But what?
Be quietly supportive.
I was about to say, I don't like talking about issues. Oh, my real life
Yeah.
is seeping over into this.
Like
I would love... Sorry, I was reading comments on your page.
You should be a voice actor, Gliitchzz. You really should.
I would love to. About the biggest and easiest way that I know of to get a start into it is by going through Fiverr. And I think it's Fiverr. There's actually a YouTuber who goes on to these voice acting websites, and he is a professional voice actor, and he goes on doing joke voice acting. And he's like, I know it seems mean doing these joke voices, but if people legitimately ask me to do it, I will do it in that voice. And he does.
Wait, I have an idea for that Archon. I gotta stand up for this. Hold up. Make sure I look good in the webcam.
Oh, shoot. Ding dang doodly.
Is it good? Way to go, Lizzie. The power of youth is with you.
My gosh, man, you have some hairy arms. That's all I gotta say on that.
I'm crying. Okay.
You have, like, that thick arm hair. Meanwhile, people don't even see that I have arm hair.
Was that he humping the air while talking? Yes. Yes. I was like imagining John and Lizzy were going, and he was saying the way to go, Lizzy. The power of youth is with you. And then he ejaculates. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you want to be quietly supportive?
I would prefer that.
And Guy was there too? Oh, whoa, nice.
Yeah, well.
Lizzy decided that it was her turn to carry him. She doted on him for the rest of the evening, getting everything he needed, eating with him when he got hungry, and staying close. When they finally went to sleep, she held him gently, glad to see some of the tension finally easing from his face. He actually fell asleep beside her in a way that he hadn't in some time. Oh. Supportive achievement unlocked!
Wait, hold on. Let me, that achievement is sacrifice mental health for John's sake. That's what that was.
It's John, why wouldn't we?
Because obviously, you should meet a pig friend of ours. Oh.
Wait, I have a...
This piggy friend?
Oh. I was gonna pull up, my cover of Spirited Away, because right now I have all of my...
Plus,
Miyazaki.
Ultra, open the 6th gate while I get number 9. I meant Pig Boy Gaming? Oh, yeah.
It's all good. It's all good. Saxophone. When they finally went to sleep, she held him gently, glad to see some of the tension finally erasing from his face. He actually fell asleep beside her in a way that he hadn't in some time. Once he was asleep, Lizzy let herself stare at him without trying to hide anything in her gaze, drinking him in. This was her John. She had to protect him. As she fell asleep, hello, Pig Boy Gay. Oh, well. Is that an actual person or?
That is. It's actual.
Oh.
It's an actual pig.
I don't know why I mistook Mr. Pig. There we go. That was my problem there.
Oink, oink, Mr. Pig Boy Gaming. How you doing? How's it going?
God damn, that picture is adorable.
It is.
You escaped the farm? That's good. Come on over to my house, and we'll keep you well fed. I mean, overly well fed, in fact. It might get a little bit warm.
He'll keep you thick.
Thick and warm. Like my favorite type of bacon. Like my favorite type of sausage.
Watch out there, Gliitchzz.
What?
We don't talk about those words on stream.
The fact that I'm a meat eater?
Yes.
Is this a vegan channel?
No. Okay. No. Yes and no. Eating pigs? No. We don't talk about eating pigs here. We eat cows.
Oh.
We eat cows.
Ow, I'd love to eat cows. It's actually one of my goals to choose my own personal cow for my own steaks.
Nice.
As weird as that sounds, you know, sometimes you just want to walk onto a farm. Slaughter that cow for me. I want my steak from that cow. Okay, I didn't mean to kill that cow.
How dare you, sir? My pig brothers built this country.
Yes. Don't worry, Pig Boy Gaming. I've killed a cow. I've never killed a pig. I've killed, like 5 rabbits and a chicken. Never a pig.
Don't worry, it's not what
And
it
a
looks
cow.
like. You see nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're ever driving in a rural area at night, and your lights just seem to magically lift upwards, that means a solid black cow is on the road, and that means you're about to hit it, like I did.
Oof.
Oh, yeah.
How much damage does a cow make? Cows make utter destruction.
I mean, surprisingly enough, our car held pretty well, but then again, it was also part of my expert driving. Hey, no, the pig machine in the Minecraft realm is literally pooping out pigs that are on fire. That's a different thing, Caleb. Those aren't real pigs. As she fell asleep, Lizzie settled on another thought. This visit might be a good thing, but she would be very glad when it was over.
Yeah, Caleb.
When the day finally came, it wasn't as grand as the build-up that had led Lizzie to as grand as the build-up had led Lizzie to expect. It was just another speaker coming to campus, after all, and as one of the better universities in the region, they got plenty of speakers. The growing power of pharmaceuticals was somewhat hot topic, but it was hardly a source of celebrity. What?
What?
There's so many grammatical errors there. I don't. It's just things I notice.
Yeah, I see it too. Like her capitalization and commas are all over the place at times.
I mean, I don't care as much about capitalization and punctuation. The big thing that always irks me is sentence structure. And like the biggest one, easiest one, but it was hardly a source of celebrity. It's as if there was a mistranslation.
Yeah.
Her expectations had been... otherwise, it's good. Her expectations had been tempered by John's attitude, though. Aaron and some of the other organizers were exhilarated, as if a visit from a guest speaker would change everything. But as usual, he was more reserved. It was one of the things that made his love for her so special, and she loved it as a part of him. This pig is on fire! The low-key nature of the entire thing did a lot to calm her anxiety. Though Lizzie had filled many pages of her notebook with plans in the event of an attack. But given that this was one stop on a long speaking tour, and it seemed less likely that Goitek would actually try anything.
Watch this, though.
Mix switch!
Alright, mix switch.
Archon. That was genius.
Mix switch? Alright.
See you later, John Guada.
I have to get up. I have to get early up. What? I have to get early up. So I'll see you guys later. Okay, that sentence is grammatically wrong. I'm wrong.
Oh, it's just different. I don't get picky over comments, but when I see it in games, it's just one of those things.
See you, Johnny. I love you. Good night.
Sleepy Time Junction is so near. All aboard.
The low-key nature of the entire thing did a lot to calm her anxiety. Lizzie had filled many pages of her notebook with plans in the event of an attack. Wait, you just read this? My gosh.
I did. I didn't want to say anything and be rude.
I can notice it. I'm pretty good at visual novels. I want to do more. There's another one that I want to do. That just came out in February. They were headed out to attend soon, and though it was going to be as casual as most events on campus, Lizzie had dressed up a little out of habit. She lingered by the cabinet, trying to select which weapons to take along with her. Problem was that she had a room, for it was so few. Her axe, of course. Knives were always a problem. Ready to go, Lizzie?
Almost, John. Just let me pick a knife and I'll be with you.
He leaned against the nearby wall, watching her thoroughly as she chose. After a moment, he spoke slowly. I'm just wondering, would you be happy if Kelsey managed to destroy Koitek somehow?
Of course, it's a terrible company. It gave you that awful dragon and tried to take us apart. but she isn't gonna destroy it. Just regulate it. Maybe things will get better, but I want revenge.
More revenge? She already got revenge. She killed like 10 people in that warehouse.
It's never enough. No, it's never enough.
I meant destroy in a metaphorical sense. Dismantling the corporation. You're more thinking of leveling it to the ground?
Blood and flames!
Oh lord, I love Lizzy. Lizzy answered happily and finally picked a slender knife. A good balance of range, heavy enough to be durable, but thin enough to augment her axe with stabbing potential. She set it into its place and turned to him. Also, guys, for people, regulars, our stream did not freeze at 12:57, so GG's.
True.
It always freezes at that time. It didn't today.
It's because my time zone's in here as well. Ha ha!
Nice.
Stupid joke.
So set it in place and turn it down.
But I don't mind things like this. Anything that works against them is good. And though I don't want you to hurt yourself, I'm happy that you care about this so much.
Lizzy has a real axe to grind with those people. They haven't got the point yet.
Yeah, well.
But if there's some way to leave them intact, but ensure they never bought us again?
I take it, of course. You're the most important thing.
She leaned forward to give him a kiss, letting this one linger. It might be their last until a serious event was over, so she wanted to enjoy it. Not that she minded waiting. It made the next kiss when they came together again all the sweeter. Gliitchzz, can you read my weapon comment with that voice?
Excellent. I'm glad you saw that.
Which weapon should I take today?
Brrrr.
Oh, the chainsaw.
Oh, the chainsaw, that's wonderful. I just oiled it yesterday.
This is so much easier when I'm drunk.
Yeah, I thought about doing a drunk stream too one day.
Oh, don't get too far into it like me.
Yeah, but I'll probably get unfiltered and yeah.
Well, see, I mean, I know you're real cautious about your swearing.
I'm not like, yeah, the big ones, the B word, S word, F word. Like, I can talk sexual, like talk boners, penis, vagina, sex, all that. I can do all that within reason to not get me banned off YouTube.
Yes,
But
and
I just can't swear a storm up.
Yeah, I was nervous about that at first, and then I had a stream where I decided to just swear like crazy to test it. It's green. It's green monetization.
Would it with the blood of your neighbors, maybe? Oh my gosh.
I honestly don't understand YouTube's guidance system on it. I waited 5 minutes and then I just swore up a storm just to see what would happen, and it came out fine. I would remain cautious if I was you.
Well, I'm sure. So take that, but make it very in depth sexually. I'm sure you would get in trouble.
Yeah, definitely.
like YouTube does not give a crap about swears, but if you get too in depth with sex scenes, yeah, they're gonna say something about that.
Oh yeah, definitely. I see what you mean by that now.
Yeah, Thunder. The N word would get you off YouTube in a heartbeat.
I hate that word, and like I've had so many people that come on and say it's just a word, and I am against censorship. But that is like the one word that I will censor just because I am in no place to talk about that word.
Also, the other F word? Futanari? Oh, I said it.
I was about to say, that doesn't sound like a bad word. That sounded like a good word.
Your little hidden fetishes.
The other F word, so not the
How's
word.
it not Fudanari?
I'm trying to think. Whatever. All right. She leaned for no. Yes, you're right. That word is banned here.
Oh.
She leaned forward to give him a kiss, letting his. This one went. I already read this.
Yeah. Oh, I was about
Don't
to say.
say birds aren't real. Oh yeah, some things get my hammer going. Yep. I just
Giraffes.
wanted to say that you're the most important thing to me too. Sorry if I seem preoccupied by all this. The bad one that someone said yesterday on my stream. Oh, the one that is about gay people. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I know what you mean now. That's a stupid word. And it also means cigarette in Europe.
No, it's fine. I like to see you focus on things you love.
Well, I don't take you for granted. I hope I never do.
Oh, John, if you keep talking like that, we won't give in.
Ooh, I want that to happen. He chuckled and offered her his arm, which she gladly accepted. Then it headed out to the hall to hear the speech. Miss Kelsey.
Achievement.
So that's 3 out of 9 achievements.
Oh, no.
So I think in this game, there's only 2 endings, or 3. There's a true ending, there's that ending. I love games that have multiple endings.
So do I, especially when they're moral choice ones.
Yeah. Hope I'm out of
Mainly
water.
because I am the evilest of evil.
They arrived and found the hall surprisingly full, almost enough to make her wish they arrived earlier, but it would be fine. Aaron waved to them from near the front, but those seats were already full, so they took ones back near the back. It's good to see our work wasn't wasted, at least. Lots of people seemed interested.
Lots of people from the community, too.
Doesn't surprise me. Koitek may not have direct presence here, but they manufacture so many drugs people have to know about them. Lizzy reached out his hand. Lizzy reached out to hold his hand while they waited for things to get started. He took it and chatted casually with her until it's finally time. And I didn't have to fake sleep to stream. Epic. Yeah, he has to fake sleep so his mom doesn't get to his mom.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's a fair point. I've had a lot of people that have to do that stuff too.
After some awkward testing at the mic and a squeal of feedback. What? You mean, that's gonna take too much effort.
Eh?
Hold on. Let me go ahead and show window. What's the voice? I have it somewhere. Okay. Here.
Whoa.
That. Afterwards, can we go to the fair and get Cheerios? Or better yet, Switcher Ooze? Oh, we're switching?
Yeah.
Wait, Archon. Archon, is that a switch or... I don't know.
That's a good question. Either way, just finish the page you're on, and then by then he should have it answered.
After some awkward testing with the mic and a spiel of feedback, the dean managed to quiet people down. Though he gave an introduction to Francesca Kelsey, Lizzy wasn't able to focus on it. She already knew the information, and it was essentially just formality anyway. He said yeah.
Okay. Just a formality anyway. More importantly, Lizzy looked for the woman herself and found her skid near the front. She looked like her pictures. Nothing out of the ordinary, but Lizzie shifted her gaze between her and the exits, just to be sure. When Francesca Kelsey took the stage, Lizzie surreptitiously shot a glance at John. But she had been wrong to worry. He had shifted to his purely focused mode, interested only in what she had to say.
Wait, Thunder, you're already re-switching?
Wait,
Are we really gonna do this?
I mean either way,
You guys have the power to do that. Just...
True, and I just got the Francesca, so you don't have to. I gotta read.
Thunder.
Hold on.
No, I just wanted to do a song. Okay,
Oh.
keep going. Keep going. I mean, I'm just saying, you guys have the power. Like, we could read one page, and you could say switch. You had the power to do that, guys. Oh, it's a green name.
Oh, where's the green name? Am I not on live chat anymore? No, I am. What? I got the power.
Guys, look, Francesca Kelsey's a member. I'm joking.
Oh, I see what you say now.
On my first day of work at the FTCA, my supervisor said I should look for another job because the organization would have been needed it for long.
Worms 2020 was announced. Ooh, that's awesome, newbie noob. New member hype. Let me see. So that switch was a joke, so then still me. Okay. She was a good speaker, though. Her speech had the feeling of one that had been repeated a huge number of times. It had an air of authenticity, but it was practiced authenticity. Lizzie could only focus on it in the background anyway. While listening idly, Lizzie came to a realization, something she had never said to John, probably something she should discuss with him. She squirmed a little in her seat, wondering what thoughts he might have about it, but she couldn't interrupt. Some people might have said that Koitek created her with their ill-advised experiments when Abby was pregnant. Lizzie had never felt that way until now. Had not reflected on that fact. Now she understood why. Oh, God. The experiment might have made her different from other girls, but Lizzie didn't care about that. What mattered to her was the person she was now, shaped by her years growing up. And more importantly, shaped by John. Her world had felt so hollow and empty, and then, when she had found him, she had been monomaniacal in her focus on him. Why did I go with Lee? What?
Oh, no.
But he had opened up a new world of possibilities for her. Unable to contain herself, Lizzie leaned over and kissed John on the cheek. He blinked in surprise, and then smiled at her, resting her head against his shoulder. Lizzie let her focus drift back to the speech for a moment.
The industry's lobbyists would have you believe that their self-regulation been and will continue to be effective. The primary example is that it's always brought up in how the thalidomide was kept out of the United States, and so many children were spared birth defects. But as I demonstrate throughout in my book, this was more of a quirk of fate than self-regulation, and that thin layer of defense will not be remotely adequately given the massive increase in research and development we've seen over the past 2 decades. Most notably, many of the newest drugs been produced through conditions that are fundamentally subjective. Their consequences, if any, will take years to emerge and may not always be clearly defined as birth defects. Make no mistake, there are people alive today bearing the scars of this unchecked research. Sooner or later, they will come forward.
Holy crap!
Your voice was about to give out.
Oh, never smoke. Never. Oh, that took all my breath away.
Need a minute?
I'm back. Lizzie sat intensely, deciding to hold her in concerns with that development. But John had already considered that. He squeezed her hand and bent closer to whisper to her.
Are you alright?
Good to know that John is legitimately worried about me IRL. It's okay. It's okay.
You good?
Oh, yeah.
Here, I'll redo that.
I mean, I just, if you looked over at my stream, you would have something just terrifying.
Okay.
I caught my breath and was thirsty, so then I took the margarita mix and just like slugged a very large amount, actually.
Are you all right?
Just some heartburn.
John, would you want to slap me?
What?
Slap me? What? Kinky?
No! No, that wasn't a Freudian slip. This is no. No.
John, would you want to slap me? What?
Oh, Johnny boy.
Want me to step forward and do that?
No.
Yeah, well, kinky time.
I had to say Archon, you rule. Everyone wants to give me the Oscar.
Slap me harder.
It's kind of rude giving me Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street. I didn't even grow up on the streets, yo. And he's green, and I'm Alabaster Peach, and he's just gonna peach shame me. Because I main her in Smash sometimes. That's called getting off topic, folks. His answer came immediately. Lizzie was surprised, and John seemed to have taken himself aback. But a moment later, he smiled.
No. You matter more to me than all this. Anyone who stepped forward be surrounded by a horrible amount of controversy. I want you here with me.
Her smile widened, and Lizzie looked at him. Tears in her eyes. She had so many things she wanted to say to him, but some people around them were already glaring at their whispering when the two of them kissed. Most of the glarers. Most of the people glaring rolled their eyes and turned away. Oh, that one almost got me into a rant. Oh, boy. Thank you very much for that Kinky Time clip, Caleb.
Oh, wow.
The speech ended with Francesca's usual conclusion. The FDCA was toothless compared to the pharmaceutical giants, and the world needed a far more comprehensive set of regulations. Part of Lizzie's mind acknowledged that as true, but it seemed a very distant and clinical thought compared to the warmth inside her. Actually, that's true. Pharmaceuticals are kind of, they're really shady. They overcharge for everything.
Yeah.
And then that is not just them, it's working with the insurance companies as well, because if you don't get this insurance, well, you're going to have to pay full price for this drug. No matter what, they make huge amounts of money.
Time. It's kinky time. Come on, grab your friends. We're all going off and watch some videos. For some reason, my yawn turned into a moan. Ooh, kinky.
I mean, they are similar. After the speech...
So it was like, so you were trying to go, but you're going to go,
I actually yawned very quietly.
Yawn kink? Oh my gosh, Thunder.
Thunderwing, I should introduce you to my friend Blood. He goes out of his way to make his yawns loud just to upset me. I don't know why. Apparently it's some sort of mental auditory disorder where things like scraping of forks on plates and other such weird noises can cause your
really
brain to start firing off things. I don't know, it's weird. Well, of course you yawned if you're tired. That's funny. Yawning has a long history, but we'll go after that. After the speech, the floor was open to questions, which drew their attention away from each other. This was the part John was most interested in, after all, and Lizzie agreed with him that they were most likely to hear new information during this part. The first person to get to the mic asked a boring, generic question about what students could do in the face of giant companies. She also had a flirtatious walk, so Lizzie scowled at her for both reasons. Soon, though, Aaron was at the mic to ask his question.
Aaron, oh my god.
Aaron!
About my bet?
Wait. Before you, yeah, tell me about the bet. I'm very curious.
So in my Discord, we made this voice channel. It was gonna be called the AFK channel, but Archon named it Thunder's AFK bed. And when that, because Thunder's known to fall asleep on stream. So whenever he falls asleep, we tuck him into his AFK bed.
Aw, that's sweet. I just think it's funny. Back before I even had triple digits, I streamed Walking Dead. And I fell asleep during it, but I didn't have a face cam. There's literally an hour and a half on the internet of me going... And when it's fast forward, it sounds like someone spraying window cleaner out of a spritz bottle.
They also kissed me on the forehead and read me a story.
Thunderwing, the stories I read you would be very long and intense. I have the full set of Harry Potter, the full set of Lord of the Rings, the full set of many things. Thunderwing. I'm going to read you a bedtime story. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Are we going?
Hey, Ron, I said I'm sorry. You'll read it off or you in trouble. Hey, Ron, I'll send you the old sack can of sheet. Reference to Key and Peele. Hey, Ron.
Substitute teacher. Are you going on glitches?
Yes, it is substitute teacher. I stay Ron Reed. By the way, if you haven't seen it, look up substitute teacher, Key and Peele. Great. 3 minutes of your life. That'll make it much better. Are you good, Dragon?
Yeah, I'm good. Waiting on you.
You good? You good, Reed?
Huh? Oh, what? There's a switch?
No, Ron hasn't read.
Oh.
Just so you know, it says you covered the potential impact for the first line.
You covered the impact of the United States well, but only spoke in vague terms about the need for international regulations. What impact do you expect the rise of pharmaceutical giants to have on the global south?
Ooh, Thunderwing said they made a sequel. Yes, they did, and it's great. And they asked if you're dying.
Thunder, I'm not dying. I just... Okay.
You know, when you're Ron, you either go to Osak Hennessy or you die.
Gliitchzz, have you heard of the movie Little Nicky?
Little Nicky?
With Adam
Popeye's
Sandler?
chicken is... Oh. My favorite quote.
Hi,
I almost...
My name's Nicky.
I can, like, almost get his voice down.
I'm from the South. The deep South. I used to actually have a good one before my voice changed.
Yeah.
My voice changed.
Mine was good when I was, like... It was better when I was younger. It's still alright, but that's the... I'm using that voice, but, like, a higher pitched voice.
Exactly. I also need
voice,
but I am a huge fan of Adam Sandler. If anything, I'd have to say me and Adam Sandler have a very similar type of doing stand-up where he has like these weird outlandish ideas and he does these weird songs and I'm weird, he's weird. That's my idea.
All right.
It was a question Lizzie hadn't really given much thought. She reflected that Ron was always caring about impoverished and disadvantaged people. That was not a trait Lizzie shared, but looking at it objectively, she decided that it was a good form of kindness. She appreciated kindness in John, so she should give Ron some credit as well, outside of her mind. And yes, God. But only for a moment before answering. Her response was smooth. Holy crap. Thunderwing's friend met Adam Sandler. I would. Honestly, the people I want to meet most is Game Grumps, but I would love to meet Adam Sandler. Practiced error of his speech. Yes, thank you, Archon. That's a better way to do it.
Any large corporation is going to have global impact, of course, and we're seeing especially in the rainforest and in mineral-rich countries. Needless to say, these relations exploitative.
Oh, she bad. She bad. Okay, that actually took more of my breath than anything because I over-exaggerated her.
Smexy. Very smexy.
For comedy, I will persevere.
But I think we should do more suspicious of the actions that actually benevolent. Specifically the ostensibly altruistic donations of drugs to various countries for free or reduced cost. For example, I have long believed that Cesar's is distributing insufficiently tested drugs and effectively using the supposed beneficiaries of the donation as test subjects. But there can be serious concerns even for well-intentioned attempts, such as the mental stimulants mineral originator in sub-Saharan Africa. They have a positive impact on test scores, yes, but these drugs have serious long-term side effects when not taken according to a rigid schedule. Given the reality of the situation, both financial and personal, many recipients simply won't follow or even have a chance to follow the proper course. We'll be seeing the consequences of that for years.
Okay.
That was intense.
Never ever smoke. I had poor lung capacity ever since I was 7. It only got worse for idiotic reasons. Don't smoke. Don't vape. Don't drink if you want your livers to persevere. I'm still getting over those. Seriously, don't. Just once in a while. A decent question, if not one, that held particular interest for her. Lizzie listened to a few more bad questions before she sensed a general movement in John's body and realized that he was getting up to ask a question of his own. She nodded to him and let go of his hand. She listened in irritation as other people asked questions. But finally it was his turn. He cleared his throat nervously. It wasn't so... Oh, man, I was going to ask you to do that. I'm so glad you did it.
All right, hold on. Redo that.
But finally it was his turn. He cleared his throat nervously. But wasn't so uncomfortable as he might have been before. I loved it.
I can say whenever I want Mr. Pig just changes what I type in real time. But trying to not sound nervous. For those of us who want to have a career in this field, where do you think can make the most of a difference? What balance do you see between regulating from the outside and trying to change organizations from within?
Not a bad question.
It's not
Actually,
Akron, Thunder. It's Archon, not Akron.
How's about we save here, and I let everyone go for the night. It's not the longest stream, but I was able to actually get, for the first time in about a month, an actual 3-hour-long stream.
All right, sure.
Sorry about that, everybody. I got a few things to take care of. Before it ends, says Thunderwing. I'm paying attention. Sorry.
Then go ahead and save your progress.
Yep, I already saved.
Before it ends, what Thunder?
Oh,
One last moan.
Was Was that a good enough moan?
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. So many good moans. Wait,
Big-
I got another one. I'm glad. Ah! I accidentally made it full screen, and I'm not kidding. That actually scared me. Okay. Oh, wait. One last good moan. Okay. I've done lolly moans, but have you heard a goofy moan? Gosh. Yeah. Maxie, I too am a living mortal man with fresh, hot blood coursing through me. I too have animal desires. Mickey, what's your input on the matter?
You ruined my
I
childhood
ruined
glitch.
Colby's. Oh no. But Goofy's only a side character. Dragon can do Mickey, which is a main character.
Wait, what was the whole concept? Say it again.
Gosh, I'm an animal. I'm an animal. Gosh, I'm a living, feeling creature, Maxie. Animal emotions. I've had sex. How else do you think that you were born?
Oh, sex is very good.
Gosh, I'm surprised Mickey's still okay with me doing that nasty to Minnie.
Oh, my ass got really ran right there.
It's funny because you do a Mickey that's closer to the show. My Mickey is, and this is gonna sound stupid, it's very close to the South Park. Oh boy! You are a bunch of idiots that I'm going to beat the crap out of! That's bad because, so I have usually an initial line that I'll use when I'm voice acting. And since the Mickey that I imitate is from South Park, the initial line that I open up with is, very naughty. It uses the bad swear words. I tried to avoid that, and I couldn't exactly get my normal feel.
Yeah,
And I know that sounds like
Yeah,
an
but-
excuse,
You have been
but
banned from the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse for inappropriate behavior.
yeah. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
you want to
if
do
you
the same?
if you ever learn voice acting, remember one of the easiest ways to switch into a voice is to have a starting sentence. That much I know.
So, you want to do this another time this week or same time next Tuesday?
That might be up for a little bit of further discussion. I'm actually at a little bit of crossroads work.
What was that?
So normally, actually, exactly in a week, I'd be back to work.
Oh, okay.
But I have a literal whole team of doctors telling me not to go back to work. So, I mean, my family doctor telling me about unemployment as well, but yeah, everything's a little bit up in the air, but I should at least be able to get this on a once-a-week basis until we finish it.
Get it what?
This should at least be able to be a once-a-week basis until we can finish it.
Awesome.
Exactly. I love doing this with you, man. It was a lot of fun.
Dude, it really was. Laughed my
Let me
ass
see.
off.
Exactly. Should I give one more of my unique voices before we go? And this is actually, even for my channel, this one isn't even actually a lot.
All right.
You ever watch Venture Bros?
I don't think so.
Oh, no, it's such a good show. Hey, Augustus St. Cloud. Oh, no. Ooh, quiz boy. I, Augustus St. Cloud, will take the red ball from you. So, he's a villain in Venture Bros that literally specializes in fighting a person who just has random knowledge of shows.
That's cool.
He's really nice, in a way. He's just really rich and he uses his money Look, you have an albino friend. I have an Asian albino friend. It's more rare. That's essentially his whole character summed up right there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Bye-bye, everybody!
Alright, see you guys later. Make peace.
Yeah! Remember to go plus ultra!
And make your best moan.
Oh.
Deuces.